I'm not sure whether we can be calling them a farmers league. That's just me. That's just me. But we'll get there. Guys, we have a hell of a lot to talk about. We've got an absolute we've got so much to talk about, it's actually crazy. So we're going to talk about United. We're going to talk about Onana. We're going to talk about the home wrecker. We're going to talk about the home wrecker. We're going to talk about Rihanna. We're going to talk about Ten Hag. We're going to talk about Jude Bellingham, Valverde, possibly Rudy Garcia. We're going to talk about Tuchel, Bayern. And guys, we're going to talk about your camera lens. We are going to talk about your camera lens because and we have our unofficial and our unpaid Premier League correspondents, H7, who can help us report on that game because, bro, you can't watch 3, 4, 5 games at a time. I can only watch 2 games at a time. So, guys, you know what it is, man? I've got my Lucozade energy drink, man. I've got my Haribo up here. Haribo, cut the check. Haribo, cut the check. So, get your meal, get your drink, settle down, like the video, subscribe if you're new, and if there's anything you feel you want to add to the show, please feel free to send in your super chats. Your super chats and your dubs is what helps support this show and lets us keep you that amazing content crack every single day. So, guys, let's just get straight to it right now. Let's just get straight to it right now. Let me hit my stream marker. So, my thing here is who to blame. My thing here is who to blame for this United L. Do you blame the players or do you blame the manager? See, at first I said, how is Ten Hag to blame for Onana being completely stupid? How is Ten Hag to blame for Casemiro making that challenge that led to United going down to 10 men? But does Ten Hag need some blame for when United were 2-0 up and they had horrendous day defending that led to the G? Injury tax, cool. Ten Hag, you did it by Onana. Ten Hag, you bought Onana for the prime reason of playing out from the back. And playing out from the back is what directly led to the sending off that's completely changed the context of this game. This is a disaster for United. It is an absolute disaster because, guys, Galatasaray are the worst team in this group. They're the worst team in this group. And my thing here is, because I want to be fair here, I'm not one of the guys that likes to go with the crowd. I like to take a step back and, okay, like I said, so I'm not going to go with the crowd of oh my gosh, Ten Hag is so bad, that's so bad. But 10, bro, 10, you don't have to play. I want us to have this discussion of playing out from the back. Do you really need to do it? Because my thing is that not only does the keeper need to be good with his feet, so do the defenders. The defenders have to be confident and be able to say, what's up? And not many guys know how to bloody do it. So, I mean, my thing is, look, it's a disaster. It's an absolute disaster. YSK, talk to me, bro. Is this on Ten Hag or is this on Rihanna?
Um, I don't honestly, I don't even know where to start. Okay, let's start off with this clowning goal.
Okay, is it worse than De Gea?
Um, Listen, I don't want to compare him to De Gea because these two are like complete, they're polar opposites when it comes to goalkeepers. So I don't really want to get into that whole thing. But I must say, um, this prick is one of the worst goalkeepers I've ever witnessed live. Um, just based on, I, I honestly, this whole passing from the back thing, like
It's stupid. It's
it's
stupid.
I just like I get it. I get it. Pep is that guy. I get it. Like it's nice. Like when you pass from the back and you
No, no,
build
okay,
up
okay,
for
but
all
Wesley,
everyone.
okay, this is what I'll ask you, Wesley. How many teams have you seen, even bring Pep as well, how many teams, including Pep, have you seen where they've scored a goal from the keeper?
No, well, that's not what
I
you
know, I get
rarely
it.
see
It's
that.
it's 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 a philosophy thing. Like we always want to keep the ball and have
Yeah, yeah,
possession,
yeah. I
but
don't think I don't think the idea is just to score directly from that. I think it's just the whole keeping possession, building up.
but you'll get the ball back eventually. You'll get
I
the
know,
ball back.
but here's the thing: you're not Pep. You don't have the resources that Ten Hag. You don't have the facilities to do that.
Yeah.
You don't have it. Now the problem is, I can let this slide if this prick, if this is the only mistake he's made this season. The memes I've seen of this, I've not. Honestly,
Wait,
he
wait, hold
might
on.
be.
Oh, come on. Wildskate, there've been no memes. Wildskate, there've been no memes. I don't know what you're talking about. There've been no memes, bro.
That's from today. A guy
No,
made
no,
that
Kenny.
today.
That's Kenny. That's messed
A,
up. Kenny, that's
a
messed up.
guy made that today. A guy made that today, and it's doing the rounds. I'm seeing that everywhere. It's like it's doing the rounds. Like it's on people's Instagram stories, Snapchat, TikTok. Like it's everywhere. Like
No, that's
I can't.
crazy. You can't put a cape on him. You can't put a cape on him, bro. You can't do that.
There's a cape on there, bro. Like, there's a cape. Why is there a cape on my goalkeeper, I don't understand.
Yeah, no, I mean, no, I mean, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Um, and bro, the guy has to take some blame for this. You, like you said, you vouch for this guy. Like you brought him in to do a job because obviously the hair couldn't play the style that you wanted to play. You vouched for him. You brought him in, and what I thought was gonna happen was he was gonna find a way to adapt. I didn't think that this guy would be so stupid enough to think that, or naive to think that he could play um, that passing around the back, keeping possession, building up from the back football with that caliber of player that United have. Um, Bruce Wayne, uh, Batman, Moroccan Andrew Tate. Now, I don't,
He's not.
I
He's
don't,
not a left
He's
back.
Dutch.
He's
He's
not a
Dutch.
left
I
back.
don't.
Don't call
Yeah,
him Moroccan. He's
I,
Dutch.
I,
He's
I don't
Dutch.
know. I don't know. I don't know what this guy's role is. I understand he's fulfilling a position in which the club is dying for players right now. Um, that that Akadi goal is that's his fault. He played Akadi, his family, the girl that he cheated on, everyone on side for that goal. And I don't put blame on him, but you brought him in and
No, okay, okay, okay,
he's
but Wesley,
it's
keeping
all over the
no, no,
place.
no. Knowing the injuries, who else could he have played at left back? Knowing the injuries,
No, that's the thing. You maybe try something else.
three at the back.
Try three at the back. You're playing come on, AJ, we're playing Galatasaray at home. You're telling me you can't experiment a little bit? Why do you have to be so why is he so stubborn with this diamond formation? I don't understand. Like it's not working. You just got baptized by Crystal Palace. Why are you so persistent with playing this shitty formation? Um Rashford, this is this
Hey,
game was
hey,
this
assist to the
bro
move, the move.
bro, I don't care about no assist. That's the bare minimum that this prick can do is like MBE, and you just give me an assist against Galatasaray, you get subbed off after like 60 minutes. So an hour of football and you get subbed off because you're so trash. Um I don't care about no assist. Shout out to Rasmus. shout out to Rasmus. He did his thing. And he looked good in what is a very mediocre United team. And honestly, I don't. The only reason why I'm holding back on the whole Ten Hag out thing is because I know there's not a replacement out there.
So because let's see, that's why this is a crisis. This is now a crisis because it's two back-to-back L's at home against two trash teams. Now, Palace are not trash, but both teams are greatly inferior to United. Even with United's injuries, these are two teams that are greatly inferior to United, and United lost to them both at home. So it is a crisis. But my thing though is, you sack him for who? Who do you bring in? Ole? Back again?
Well, it's only going to get worse, HH. It's only going to get worse.
Look,
fine, but who do you bring in? But you're sorry, why's good?
There's no one to bring in, and that's the only literally that's the only. I honestly hate philosophy merchants because there's no plan B. There's literally no plan B. It's
and
plan
that's and that was the key thing. Now you go look at when Liverpool went down to 10 men. United, no, because what is it? We know football. When you go down to 10 men, you actually get it better defensively as a team. United got worse. They became more open with 10 men.
There's no plan B. The players, there's no confidence whatsoever. And I was watching. Obviously, I was watching the Napoli Madrid game at the same time, and I had United on the big screen. I had Napoli on the laptop, and as soon as Zaha scored, I switched. I switched the game. I put Napoli on the big screen because I knew this was going to be one of those games where, and the manner in which these dudes concede off, you had the lead in the game twice. You took the lead twice and you lost the lead twice. Dallo, he's a brick, useless. How you getting outstrengthened by a twig like Zaha, bro? Like how you getting done like that by Zaha? It's unacceptable. And you see what's on the bench as well. At halftime, I see Tony Stark coming on for Hannibal. And I'm not quite sure why. What Eriksen is not in a position where he should be playing any football at the top level in 2023. And I mean that with all due respect, because he's a quality player. But
so
no, of course I listen. Respect.
Okay. Wise kid, relax.
I respect Iron Man.
Kenny.
I look at this group now. United are dead last with 0.
Oh, damn.
No points, HH. 0 points. That's wild. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
0 points, and the next game is Copenhagen. And I don't think we'll get a positive result against the Bayern.
See, my thing. That's why it is getting scary now, because Copenhagen are not the worst team. See, we the other way. No, Galatasaray are the worst team. They are the worst team in this group.
Yeah, and I don't think, and away to Galatasaray, that's not an easy game.
It's not an easy. No. But see, this you see, you listen to Bayern. This had to be 3 points.
No. See, AJ, it gets real because it could be that United finished this whole thing with 0 points.
No, stop it. No,
HH, I'm being serious.
We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
I'm being dead serious. HH, point. There's no win. There's no guaranteed wins. I'm sorry, but there is no guaranteed wins. Copenhagen's going to be a difficult game because the home and away, because home form is out the window. Like that's the whole weird streak of United are unbeaten at home. That's gone out the window now. It's bullshit. That's going to be a difficult game. Going away to Galatasaray is going to be a difficult game. Obviously, Bayern's going to come to the crib and baptize us as well. I don't see where you get the points from. And honestly, I'd rather get knocked out of Europe instead of go back into Europa League, because I know there's certain man waiting in that Europa League to clown the living daylights out.
I am waiting. I am waiting.
They are
waiting for you.
Okay, hold on. Okay, let me bring in Jay Swiss in this man. Jay Swiss, talk to me, man.
Remember on Saturday I said I dare Icardi to dunk us, and then everyone said in the panel, "Nah, he missed a penalty last time. What did he missed a
And
penalty?
he
this
missed the
time."
penalty again.
Yeah, but then he chipped his brick goalkeeper. Like, what is it? Like, look at that picture. What is Onana doing? Like, what? I don't understand. What is he playing volleyball or something? Why is he coming up?
There, bro.
And also,
Yeah,
he-
I mean,
He's suffering from PDS. That's why, man.
Bro, how do you get chipped from there?
no.
it's a Cardi as
It's a
well.
brick. But Kenny is right though. His confidence was rock bottom, and when your confidence is rock bottom, and you know you've made many mistakes, it messes with your whole game. So of course, that's just dealing with a guy who is just his confidence is shot because that he pretty much bricks it.
Like we need to have sorry to us, but we need to have learned that Africa doesn't have a history of producing the greatest of goalkeepers. 50k Mendy was a perfect example of that. Why did we hire this guy?
Relax. He's got
Because
you blaming
No,
Africa
why
now?
is
If
he
we
was
didn't
part of the
play
match of the UCL final.
If
No,
we- if we
no.
needed- if we
Let me
needed
turn the
an
tables. Oh, hold on, Wesley.
we
No, first
needed
of all,
an
respect
outfield
my
player.
African brother,
we
Mendy.
needed-
Respect my African brother, Mendy. Hold
Why are we
on.
being
AFCON is down bad.
No.
AFCON
I mean, he
is down
does
bad.
have a point.
AFCON is
Kenny,
down
shut up.
bad. I'm sorry.
Wait,
No,
wait,
but
wait,
I've been making that point. I'm sorry. That's
wait,
why.
wait,
That's why
wait,
when I
wait.
saw him go for that price, I'm sorry.
Hold on. Let's go to Jace West.
Why is
Can I
someone
go after
fancy
the
playing in
Jays?
my goal, bro? I don't understand.
Jace West.
I put more blame on this club because how many good players have we seen come to this club and then they failed? Like, look at Casemiro now. I know he's getting old, but he looks completely like just done. Completely, he's just gone. Look, I'm sorry, but why the fuck is Anthony coming on? He's been away for 2 months and he comes on straight away.
Desperation. I think it's
but
when did he come on though?
Palestri's on the bench. You've been
Okay,
playing
yeah,
Palestri, but you choose Anthony. Ten Hag's gonna sack himself because he's putting this on himself. Like, don't play Amrabat at left back. We should have recalled that kid from loan.
Okay. So no, hold up on the Amrabat thing. Okay, so what do you do? Keeping all the injuries in mind, do you go through at the back, or who else do you play at left back if you go back four?
We played this youngster in pre-season. He was playing decent. The Fernandez guy. He allowed him to go on loan. Recall that kid on loan because he's a left back. But now let's play Amrabat and then. Fitting in, man. Rashford's just, I don't know. I'm done with this Rashford guy.
Wait. Can you recall guys on loan outside of the transfer window?
You can. It's just you have to pay a fee.
Wait, but can you?
I think it depends on the contract.
Yeah, but he's an academy graduate, so he's not on a lot of money either. So it'd be a small fee to pay.
Okay.
And YSK is right. We could finish with 0 points because Copenhagen are so-called the worst side in this group. They get Galatasaray a proper game away at Galatasaray as well. What are we going to do? We lost to Old Trafford of all play. We're meant to be good at home. We've lost to Brighton, Crystal Palace, and our Galatasaray. This Galatasaray are a team full of finished players. Why is Davinson Sanchez pinging it around everywhere?
Bro, when I saw Dries Mertens, I was like, okay, this is a graveyard for finished dudes. I was like, Dries Mertens? How the hell did they end up here?
Yeah, Davinson Sanchez,
I mean, come on.
Ndombele, Zaha.
Home wrecker. The home wrecker as well. It's amazing.
And Ndombele was balling when he came on the pitch.
He was.
Bad boy.
Wait, hold on. Jace West.
Yeah, the only player that can walk off the held head high is Holland because he carried the attack. He scored two goals. He's done his job. He scored he got one that was offside as well. He was the only one that was doing anything in the final third.
That second goal was an extremely good goal.
Yeah, when you're seeing a guy with half a heart coming on, a guy with no legs in Martial coming on, this is where the club is at. Like we're finished. We are not doing anything this season, and
respect.
We get grouped. All that hard work, people saying, "Oh, we got top 4 last season," just all wasted in a matter of 2 months. He's gonna sack himself.
J2S, just really
Can I speak on this?
Okay, change.
Yeah. Okay. AK then Kenny. AK, talk to me.
Change.
Go after Kenny.
Go after Kenny.
I was watching. I mean, I don't know why YSK is blaming Africa for goalkeepers. How about check why any player that comes to your rotten, stinky ass club immediately loses 70% of their ability?
AK, name me a top 10 African goalkeeper. I'll wait.
No. But Westgate, that's AK's point.
Yeah.
You took a guy who was You took a guy who was man of the match on the losing side of the UCL final.
I didn't take him. I didn't want that.
You took a man who was man of the match on the losing side of the UCL final, and you've now made him a meme.
It was
Onana was a
it
top
facade.
player before he came to your club. AK, keep cooking. Keep it on stove.
You took the treasure. You took the
stop.
treasure of Africa. The World Cup treasure.
Okay. Just relax. Just tone it down a bit. Okay, don't tone it down.
What?
Continue.
I'm just kidding.
Wise kid, let him call.
I'm just kidding. But
That's why you're not sniffing a World Cup, bro.
But the overall point makes sense that I know these players are all shit, but like, why does every Manchester United transfer turn shit after they come to United? Like, that's not just a problem with the players; that's a problem with the club as a whole. And the players that were there for the last 6-7 years, and this is one of the biggest issues of United, is United fans. These guys continuously rep the likes of Rashford, Bruno. Luke Shaw's not fit, but they used to rep him. They rep who? Martinez. They rep who? Martial, Sancho.
Whoa, no, Martial's died. It's done.
Martial.
Oh no, he's done.
It's done. But I'll take out Martial.
Like after his girlfriend made him that on season the mill, it was finished, man. So
yeah, so they rep all these guys. Yet these are the same guys that have let United down for the last 8 years. And do you know what's going to happen, HH? On Saturday against Brentford, Bruno Fernandes is going to score a goal, and they're going to be like, oh, Bruno's the next coming of KDB. Rashford's the next coming of Mbappe. Oh my God.
Bro,
is the next coming of this guy. Oh,
no, stop it, Waske.
Oh,
that's
Rat
Bruno.
He's
leave him alone. Leave him alone.
Ratnandes. Bruno. Ratnandes.
Stop it. Leave him alone. Leave Bruno alone. AK, keep talking.
Dallot's the next coming of fucking Gary Neville. Oh my God, Casemiro, how good is this guy? Oh my God, all these guys are so good. After one game against Brentford, this is what they'll do. Manchester United have been let down by players who have stayed there for the last 8 years, and they'll rep them. And then they'll attack the new players. The new players that have just come this window. What are you doing? What is this club doing? Galatasaray hadn't won a game in England previous to this. They hadn't won a game in England.
No. 117 years the last one in game in England.
Wait, did you see that?
Drop it.
Wait, what was the last team they beat 117 years ago?
I don't know.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Like Winston's.
I don't want to know. Listen, all I know is that whoever they beat, Winston could have been their striker. That's what I know.
Yeah.
Winston could have been their striker.
I mean,
I don't want to be their striker. He could have been an academy player coming through.
Yeah, bro.
Coming through the academy.
Dixie Dean was not even playing them times there.
Wait, are we repping the church? What was he called? Was he the church or something?
Oh God, the hill, man, the hill.
Okay, wait, hold on. AK, continue.
yeah,
The hill at number 9.
AK, keep talking.
These United players, the small game merchants, they're guys who, when adversity comes into play, they can't rise up. And it's because they get these. You know what's going to happen at the end of the season, HH? They're going to win 5 games, and Marcus Rashford is going to get a new contract. Bruno Fernandes is going to get a new contract. Luke Shaw.
Wait, hold up. Ike Icy, can you please put him in timeout, please? Ike Icy, can you please put him in timeout? Ike Icy, timeout, please. Mods, Ike. I think it's like a what's it called? Thingy dash Icy timeout. 10 minutes. I did a 10-minute timeout on him. 10-minute timeout. 10-minute timeout.
That's a lifetime ban.
Keep talking. Okay, keep talking.
So this goes beyond Ten Hag. The Ten Hag is responsible for today's result, but Manchester United being in crisis goes beyond Ten Hag, because I've seen managers like Mourinho, like Solskjaer, like Van Gaal come here, and they've not done any impact. And that's the issue with United. The whole structure. You don't have a sporting director. Paul Mitchell's unemployed. Why don't you go get him? No, we'll stay with Richard Arnold, a guy that looks like a twig face. The guy looks like a fucking teddy bear. That's your sporting director, and you're not going.
AK.
Yeah,
AK,
that's an ugly bear.
AK. Obviously, there's like obviously there's the Glazers, like you said, the sporting director problem. there's that. But can you give me a logical, a rational explanation as to why Onana decided to pass it to a Galatasaray player?
I mean, that's an Onana mistake. I'm not saying Onana hasn't been good.
Oh.
Yo,
No. Okay, keep going.
it's copyright's
I mean-
gonna be coming after you, bro.
I know.
Yeah, so I think Onana, but Onana is one of a long line of players who's been transferred and turned to shit. So like, I know Onana made a mistake, and I'm not like absolving Onana of blame, but then Onana's a symptom of the problem. Onana's not the problem. He's a symptom of the problems that have been like going at Manchester United for almost 10 years. So for me, it's
Yeah, but
The
what's
o-
the solution, bro? What's
the
the
only
solution?
solution has to be that like the Glazers have to go, because if the Glazers go, then if you take the person off the top, then everything else will come crashing down, and you need a rebuild. You need a complete rebuild, a new sporting director, new owners, new physios. Because how many freaking injuries are you getting? The Martinez, AJ, did you hear about what happened to Lisandro Martinez? He got an injury. They rushed him back, and now he's got an injury and needs to get surgery again. Are these physios even like educated? Are they college educated? Or did they just grab some random roadman off the street and call them a physio? That's what
Then
I
they
think
picked up Dr.
Whoa,
Uma.
respect Manchester.
Well,
Okay.
I want to finish on
Yeah,
Galatasaray.
go for it.
Because there was a guy on Galatasaray. I think his name was like Kerem Aktürkoğlu. He was balling today. He was balling.
Is that a
I
real
haven't heard of
person?
this guy ever.
Wait, who?
AK,
that a real
keep
person?
talking. Keep talking.
I didn't know this guy existed. He
Bro, I
was
didn't even know he was on
balling.
the pitch.
I didn't know this guy existed. He was balling.
No, but
Wait, what did he look
that's
like?
right.
What
They
did he
look-
look like?
They did that. We don't
He
care.
looks like a Turkish Mason Mount.
Okay. All right. You know what? Actually, wait. Let me come to Vibe, and then I'll come to you guys. Take some dubs, and I'll come to Kenny. I'll leave you guys. So Vibe, because I know you're.
I'll go
you're
last.
United fan,
I'll
Vibe.
go last. I'll go
Yeah,
last.
no. I actually wanted to ask a question to YSK about your captain, Bruno.
Bro.
Oh, yeah, what's the
what-
Bro,
question?
why
no,
wasn't he
ask me the
subbed
question. Ask the question.
Why wasn't he subbed off? He had a stinker.
Oh, it's in his contract.
I don't know what he did. I actually don't know what that rat did, honestly. Because you have United fans. He'd stat pad against Luxembourg or Armenia,
Can you respect
San
one of?
San
Can you
Marino.
respect your captain? Hold
San
up.
Marino.
Respect
Gotland.
your captain.
Wait. Do you respect Gallagher? He's your captain.
Can you respect your captain,
Bro,
please?
he-
Why don't you
no,
respect
I don't
your
respect
captain?
my captain.
He'll
Wait,
stat pad against these
hold
teams.
up. Wait, Vibe. Who do you support, Vibe?
Sorry,
Who do you support?
I support Liverpool.
Oh,
So
so
don't worry.
okay. Mute your mic. I thought you were
That's why we said go last. That's why we said we'll go last.
Mute
We'll
your
go
mic.
last.
Okay, so okay, let me bring in. I'm to Kenny. Cook these Prem merchants. Wing. I saw the members. Oh yeah. Yes. On the members hangers, Wing was saying the Premier League is the best league in the world and it's number one and everything. And now they got cooked.
This is why Wing is
Yeah.
Monday's exclusive.
Alhambra. Icardi's wife's boyfriend was proud of that performance.
All right. That's
Okay,
that's
let's-
crazy.
let's-
That's
not.
crazy.
Wait,
Let's
what?
Let's
Wait,
not.
that
Let's
doesn't even
not.
make any sense.
What?
Exactly.
No, that might
It
be a
makes
brick.
no sense.
That might be a brick. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
You might have to
yeah,
go
yeah,
back and drop a brick.
It's a brick. Like that makes no. I think that makes no sense. But money makes. Andre Spinana, your mission to destroy money from within.
Spider.
This banana is crazy.
Yo.
KGB.
Yo, the amount of names that you can come up with, bro. That's
This is banana.
Half Hope Snowbun is drugged Onana, fooled United in the UCL final. Drogba #pogged up. Guy, I keep
Did
telling
they
you.
did they test him for testosterone?
Okay. Brad H, remember for 10 months. My biggest criticism of Onana is on his talent ID. No, I think
No,
he
that's
means
not the
Ten
brick.
Hag.
That's not the brick.
Yeah. I think that's the brick. But I think he meant Ten Hag. So how do you practice with these guys every day and not know they can't handle the ball under pressure? These guys hyperventilate when they get now you see, here's where I can invent Ten Hag. Maybe in training, they seem fine. But being able to play in training where there's hardly any pressure is very different from playing in a full
HH,
match
there
where
was
there's
no
massive
pressure.
pressure.
There was
Has
no
anyone actually-
pressure when that guy made a pass to the Galatasaray.
When you
player.
watch when I've watched training this year, all we do is run. We just
Yeah,
do the
and
big
jump
test.
over skipping ropes. Like,
That's what we do.
So shout out to Mike, so member for 18 months, bro. Is Onana feeling the pressure or what is going on? You know what it is? He's not been here before. So when you now make mistake after mistake after mistake, and now there's that miscommunication with yourself and these players who obviously are not good at playing in the back, I think it's basically this now will now come down to his character and his personality. Because I don't know who else can come in to play as a keeper. So he needs to just come out of it. But I do feel like it's a case of where the mistakes are mounting up and his confidence is low, man. NDI, EPL folded 3 times in one day. Wow.
Lord Jesus.
Wait, United.
Wait,
Arsenal?
he's talking about the VAR thing, maybe.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, yes,
VAR
the VAR audio. Yes, and we'll get there. We'll talk about the VAR audio. Yes, yeah. For UCL, they need to apply common sense to the handball rule. They don't. Wait, do you think they have any common sense in football? Come on, bro. Real deal. Hag out. You don't tell CR7 to come on with 3 minutes left. All right.
Damn bloody fool.
Real deal. Do you know that
I mean,
the war is over?
Ten Hag, this is what you're doing.
We're talking about
the Messi Ronaldo. It's over, bro.
We're talking
even Cristiano has probably forgotten that he was actually playing at United in the second stage. Why do you keep harping on about this crap?
Come on, respect the Saudi Pro League player the most.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, it was player of the month. Wow. Congrats, man.
You guys
Half
are
of
bricks,
Snow
man.
Bunnies.
You guys are bricks.
Was Onanas tested after the CL final? 1 game wonder. Stop it.
Wow.
Stop it.
Wow.
Stop it. Stop it. Don't do that.
That's a good point, man. That's a good point.
Onana is like them GTA club women and throw it flat.
Okay.
Yo, the guy is slow, bro. The guy is slow. Like I saw him running up and down the pitch for the last few seconds. The guy can run.
Real deal again. Zlatan said 10 is trash. CR7 Man United 27 goals, 44 games. Okay. Do you know he's in the Saudi Pro League now, bro? You do realize it's real deal. He's in the Saudi Pro League. Nemo, do you think Cristiano ever passed the eye test? Oh, at United he did. After United, iffy. At United, 100% he did. 89 stops. These farmers leagues beating EPL. We used to clown Messi for dropping masterclasses on RC Lens.
That is true.
Did he drop a masterclass?
He wasn't even dropping masterclasses again.
Did he drop
a masterclass?
Because last I checked, Messi flopped at Uber Eats.
Yeah.
So last I checked, he flopped at Uber Eats. So let's not
as the goal, he's held to a different standard. So I don't know.
Yeah, but he flopped at the Uber Eats. Kenny, what are you saying, bro?
Can you show my IV, please?
Oh, sure.
Kenny, be careful what you say, bro. Yes.
We're just having a conversation. Obviously, this man here was supposed. This man there was supposed to be.
You're not even in Europe, Kenny. You're not even in Europe. So
you know, I don't actually understand this expression. Was he angry? Like, who is he angry at? That's why.
Boy, he saw Maguire coming on.
This man here was supposed to be the savior of United. He was supposed to be the revolutionary. Oh, he's playing out of the bag. This guy's going to change the way. I'm sorry, this guy is trash, man. This guy, like I say, suffers from PDS. This guy is suffering from premature diving syndrome. Like, I don't know why he does it. This guy premature dives every... The thing is, I'm seeing him dive so...
Is that a real thing, PDS?
No,
he clearly is, because I'm seeing him dive... I'm seeing him dive so early. Like today, you can say Icardi wasn't. The guy was tumbling. Yeah, the guy. If the guy just stays up for an extra second, he just gets the ball easy. The guy just dives so early every time. I'm like, what's going on? I'm sorry. This has been a shocking choice.
So this is solely on. Can you say this is solely on Onana, not Ten Hag, or blame Ten Hag for signing him and vouching for him?
No. The thing is that people overrated the guy. He had one good season and then. But the thing is that I don't blame him on signing him, because obviously people. The thing is that Dea was so bad, but the thing is, when you replace bad with, I don't think. Honestly, I didn't think that was possible. Like what Dea was doing, like Onana is doing it as well. How can you be so bad that people are reminiscing on David De Gea? Especially when you see the way. It's crazy. You're making people feel like David De Gea should still be at your club. That's good. Like, nah, especially for 60, 50 million you bought him. Nah, this is terrible. And then Casemiro as well moving like, what are you doing? Like, just like at some point, just let the guy score as well. Why are you picking up
I mean,
second
look,
yellow
it's
card?
for me, it's like split second, man, and you just have to react. Like
I mean, how
when
many
you're in the midst of football, you have to react, and you have to react.
How many red cards is that? Because this guy's been picking up. I don't know how many red cards for United. Like, I'm so he was not picking that many red cards at Real Madrid. Like, this is crazy. It's crazy. And like, listen to Galatasaray. Like, these guys were trash.
They were
and the
horrible.
thing is that
They were horrible.
The thing is, you make the same because they didn't do nothing. You score and then you just release concentration. You let them equalize 5 minutes later, and then you score the second one and you make it the same mistake 4 minutes later again. I'm like, what are you guys doing? These guys were trash. They didn't do nothing. Honestly,
No, because you know what it is. I know. I think the key thing was that 2-2. That was when I was like, okay, United, no, there's a problem here. Because at 2-1, you're the better team. These guys are horrible. Control the game.
Yeah.
It was that's when they considered to make it 2-2. I was like, bro, how do you concede like that?
Even at 2-1, Galatasaray had a chance to make it 2-2 and they missed it.
That's idiots. Yes, they missed it. When Zaha laid it for him, yeah.
I'm like, they missed it. I'm like, they're not gonna let that happen again. And then they let them equalize again. I'm like, nah. You guys are just looking to
the same guy who missed it scored the second goal.
Yeah, it's the same guy.
Yeah, the number 7, the Turkish Misama, or whatever you call it. That was it. But yeah, like right now it's looking peak. You guys are last in the group. Like last
0 points.
0 points.
I mean, is there? Do we have a? I mean, Streets, talk to me, man. Do we have a scenario where United don't make it through this group? No. United come last.
No, I've told you this when we were doing the preview. I told you do not sleep on Galatasaray and do not sleep on coping mechanisms. And what did you do?
No. Now, Elijah, you're right about don't sleep on coping mechanism. I was so Galatasaray. I'm asleep. I'm well asleep because do you know what it is? I was right to be fully asleep like Sleeping Beauty for because they're crap.
You know what's crazy?
Basically, that's why this loss is so bad because I'm like no, these guys they are worse than I thought.
They were losing 2-0 at home against Copenhagen until Copenhagen got a player sent off.
Yeah.
Like they're not great, and quickly as well. Like I'm sorry, like Rashford. Yeah, I don't. I think he
has hold the bench. Hold the bench.
I think he's been listening too much to the criticism because this guy when he put like usually would always shoot that ball. There's no way you have to pass that ball to Bruno. You have to shoot in that position.
Yeah,
I think he's been listening. I think he's been listening to the outside noise a bit too much, and his confidence right now is shot.
Okay, Elijah, what are you saying now? I'll come to you because Elijah.
I was going to adding to I was watching the game in French with BN Sport and the commentator when Rashford broke away. And it's literally 1-on-1, and the two defenders are like 20 yards behind.
Bro, I forgot about that.
When Rashford passed, the commentator, if I translate in English, the commentator's like, Rashford, you're 1-on-1. Why don't you shoot? Why are you waiting for Bruno Fernandes, who's 80 meters away? That's insane. And then another thing that's really concerning is when it comes to Turkish teams for Man United. I would say going back to say like the last 10 years, Man United has lost the last 4 games against Turkish clubs. That's not a good deal right now.
And quickly on that.
No, but Elijah, don't. I say for me, this is why I don't like that.
We never know. Yeah.
Look at Galatasaray.
Oh no. Oh, of course. But that's what makes it worse. That's what makes it worse.
Elijah. If they allowed a home wrecker to miss a penalty and then chip a keeper a few minutes afterwards, that's crazy.
We quickly on Galatasaray had not won a Champions League game in 5 years. 5 years.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
These guys have not won an away game in 7.
Say the number and say the number, Kenny. It's what? It's what?
These guys have not won an away game in 17 tries. 17.
HH, can you pull up my AVI, please?
I'm sorry.
You know what? I mean, say for me, guys, I don't know, like, because my thing is, okay, you sacked Ten Hag, and then what? Then what?
Why you got that nasty right in the corner, man?
You see, my thing though is
What the hell is going on there?
because I've got no idea what's because first of all, like, why is my head in a
I don't know.
whole different
This was
discussion
said
to
to
my
me.
body? But
Yeah, and
This was said to me.
why is
This
the
was said
Glazer
to me.
behind
Don't
you?
blame me.
Why is the Glazer behind you?
no, my thing though is that why am I looking in the distance?
What's Mr. Glazer doing behind you, bro?
Where's my neck? That's the whole thing.
Pause.
No. Wait, do I say that's I give that Photoshop like a Class B break. So okay, like my thing though is that where do United go from here? Where do they go from here?
One, I don't know, man. I legitimately do not know because it's like United takes 2 steps forwards and then they take 20 steps backwards. Højlund actually played well today, so I'm gonna actually give him some credit.
Oh, no, that second goal was a very good goal.
Very good goal.
Martial
yeah,
doesn't score that
I
goal.
would give him.
Martial doesn't score that goal.
My question is, why is he still there? Like, why is he... No, here's my thing. And I'm going to ask the United fans. Do you guys have? Is it like? Are you guys able to like offload a ton of people outside of the transfer window? Like just mutually terminate contracts.
They're broke. They're broke.
Because there's no way, man. Like Martial, what's his face? They need to let go about like 18 people.
I think they're trying to do it with Sancho. They're trying to terminate Sancho.
You
say that
clause in his contract. That's long in the
You're lying.
You say that.
Yeah.
The problem is Martial. Sorry, Martial. When he was on his loan at Sevilla, I believe the idea was to then send him off permanently, but Sevilla didn't want that clown. So,
oh my God.
He was trash.
Obviously, you have the situation with Maguire. He wanted an extra 7 million, but United didn't want to give it to him, so he's now still here. But the problem now is you can't really offload any players because of the injury problem. Because you might actually need Martial to play centre back at one point. You never know.
Let me take a look at your wage bill.
Wait. Okay. So real quick. So Abdullahi, then Abdallah, talk to me real quick. So apply real quick. Go for it.
Firstly, like, where's Red Devil Studio?
Abdullahi, just talk. Abdullahi, we are. Abdullahi, I need to talk about Jude Bellingham. We are on a clock.
Okay,
I will cut your mic after 3 minutes. Start talking.
The problem with United has been from day one. People might say Glazer, but actually the Glazer spend money. They have spent money for every man that has from Luis Van Gaal to David Moyes.
Where's the sporting director?
I know, but they spend a lot of money. Maybe they are going in the wrong direction, but they spend money. And again, how good is
maybe wrong direction? They just lost twice.
How good is Ten Hag? How good is he? Because when he came in, he said era must come to an end. I'm like, okay, hold on a minute. There is Klopp here and there is Pep Guardiola here. So how good is Ten Hag when he said era must come to an end? I
think it's on 3 Hag, by the way. Wait, actually, Streets. Are we on 4-5? What number are we? Are we on 4-5 or 6 Hag?
Yeah, I was gonna say 9 is a bit too high, bro. Like,
because Diners, that's quite high. I think he must be on 5 or 4.
So, but I think the problem with this team, I said it already to you. I think Ten Hag is having a problem. Marcus Rashford for me, that's number 1, because I think he is having a problem with decision making. I said it to him. I said someone like Sancho and Anthony, especially Sancho, he is very close to Rashford. And if you see a player like Sancho being taken out of the team, they are bodies, they work together. When you see your body being taken out of the team, psychologically.
Oh my God.
And I think that is kind of a little bit affecting Sancho. That's why sometimes his decision making is awkward. I'm like, Sancho, sometimes you have to just pass.
Sancho.
Wait,
hold on. Wait, why are you talking about Sancho?
Wait.
This is a book, man. You need to just look
Are you saying?
Because I was looking at the show, I said, wait. Sancho?
Abdullah, are you saying Rashford? Are you saying Rashford is the lack of form is due to the Sancho situation?
No, I think part of it. I think part of it.
Wait, no. Let him explain.
Okay, let me explain.
Why is the reason I said that
But I have my cursor on the brick just in case.
the
But
reason I said
explain.
that is because
Relax.
as a friend, as a body together, it can affect you mentally when you are very close to someone. And when you are very close to someone, it can affect you kind of your psychological mental. Sometimes it can affect you. I understand Ten Hag taking that because it doesn't deserve to challenge Ten Hag. I understand that, but when you play like Rashford and Sanchez together, so it can affect you. And also, I think
Wait, hold on. So what?
Wait,
You're a professional. No, hold on. You're a professional player on a high wage. Oh, my dear friend is being treated badly, so therefore I can't play well. What the hell?
They knew each other from the streets, man. They grew up from the streets. Relax.
Which streets, man? One's from London and one's from like Manchester. What are we talking about? Which streets?
Boy, I also think, we talk about. I think we have to have this discussion. People put Bruno Fernandes on the pedestal of KDB, and I'm like, hold on, because this guy ghosts a lot when it comes to big games. Bruno Fernandes ghosts a lot when it comes to big games. United doesn't talk about him a lot. Maybe YSK, and I think after he may be like not able to do sometimes, but YSK has been saying it a lot. Bruno Fernandes ghosts a lot when it comes to big games, and people doesn't talk about him.
Okay, hold on. Are United making it out of the group?
I don't think so. They might finish with 0 points.
Third or last?
Last.
Thank you. Last.
Abdallah, what are you saying?
Man, they've gone from the pride of Manchester to the hordes of Manchester. Seriously, you can't win at your local swamp.
Kids are watching the stream. Kids are watching the stream.
Kids should be asleep. Kids should be asleep. Yeah. Cruyff right now is spinning his grave. Cruyff is spinning. Cruyff should be spinning in his grave currently. You're meant to be the
Wait. When you said
you're meant to be the.
What does Cruyff have to do with Man United?
Because he's the Dutch manager. He was the next up and coming best Dutch manager. He has the same legacy as Frank de Boer. He has the same legacy as Frank de Boer. Frank de
Boer that's lost 5 games.
Yeah, but listen,
5 losses.
But he never got in chase. How many losses does Eric Teabag have? How many losses does Eric Teabag have?
What?
But what is his first 5 games?
Frank de Boer from Atlanta United?
Hold on. Let Abdullah talk. Abdullah.
Also, Frank de Boer won 3 Eredivises in a row. 3. So did Eric Ten Hag.
That might be a 2-piece.
It's true. Go check it. So what's so different? How good is Eric Teabag really? Seriously.
Okay, so no, hold up. This loss. So you're saying this loss is on?
It's only going to get worse. Because watch, it's only going to get worse. Of course, these are his signings. He advocated for these signings. Why is he blameless? And people say, they can't get anyone better. Yes, they can. Maybe someone with style of play. There is no style of play with this manager, and the players are crap.
So no. Hold on. Abdallah, I want you to be honest right now, Abdallah. Before he signed for United, did you rate Onana when he was at Inter Milan?
Yes, I did.
So what was wrong with when he signed Onana?
I don't
because he was a good player. See now, if he says about Mount's cool, but when he bought Onana was a highly rated keeper.
Of course.
So if a quality player has a bad game, is the manager really to blame? Now, if you buy a player who we've all said, no, this guy is bad, and he does bad, what can you say? But if you go now buy a player that's good, that we all agree, this is a quality player, and we all agreed Onana was a quality signing, but he's just turned out to be bad, and these things happen. You see, Ten Hag is to blame for other things. I believe that Ten Hag's blame is stop persisting with this playing us from the back, because obviously the defenders and the keeper have a loss of connection, because this wasn't the first. We've been building up to this right now.
Loss of connection?
Look,
Bluetooth. He chose this signing. He's played under him. I don't see what's the difference. You've got your players. They all turned out to be a bunch of frauds.
Wait. Abdullah, bro. Say sack Ten Hag. Okay, cool. Who do you bring in?
I don't know. I reckon if you bring someone with the style of play,
really hate when people say that. No, because I really hate when people say, "Oh, sack." No. You only say sack if you tell me the manager specifically to bring in.
There's a certain Norwegian guy that did not deserve to get sacked. That is still
Kenny.
Speak on it, Kenny. Speak on it,
Kenny. De Zerbi. No. Hold up, Abdallah.
Potter.
Oh,
No, drop it.
Oh Lord.
Drop it.
Well, Abdallah, you're firing yourself into the lead for the Brits. Right? So basically, if you're out there, you have a lot of work to do. Because we are witnessing a once in a lifetime performance tonight. Right now.
That XP is crazy.
That XP is outstanding.
What are you talking about? I'm the same performance as Abdullah. He's got a brace. I've got a brace. What's the difference?
I can't do it.
Let me read this Dubinsky's. So, shout out to Nathaniel. Look at HH Snowbonnet's AVI. I don't want to look at his AVI, bro. I really don't. I respect. Insa 6 clean sheets in 9 games. Onana needs Insa. I mean, look, it seemed to work. I don't know, because at Inter Milan, the guy was a quality keeper, didn't really make all of these mistakes. He now comes and makes this mistake.
He had a better defense in front of him.
I don't know about that. But when this guy signed, there was a compilation of Onana going around on X.com.
Yeah, man.
Similar mistakes.
People overhyped him because most people, they only saw the Champions League, so they say it was good. People were not watching the league game.
Exactly.
Look,
they didn't even watch him at Ajax as well.
And was he actually testosterone?
You're probably too young to remember. Do you remember a guy called Massimo Taibi?
I learned. Listen, I might have learned about.
No, because the thing, Taibi is literally one of the worst. Like, Taibi gives Karius a run for his money. So United have had worse.
Wait, what era was this?
2000s, early 2000s. Like, bro, he lasted like 3 games. Then Fergie just said, "Piss off."
Taibi.
Massimo Taibi.
Yeah, but then he was a special case, so we'll let him slide.
No, it counts. Again, Arsenal lost in Chef Boyardee Stadium to 15th Lens. We'll get there. Trust me. We'll get there. And shout out to if your defense is trash, you should have kept it here. Bro, no, but let's be real. There's a 20th Century Fox, like 2-hour feature-length film of all of De Gea's mistakes. No. Guys, there's literally a video of like...
It's 2 hours, isn't it? It's 2 hour long.
Bro,
yeah.
It starts with the 20th... like before you watch Star Wars and everything. It starts with the 20th Century Fox logo.
Bro, it had the credits and everything. End credits and everything. It's crazy. The hate is unreal.
Was there a post-credit
Oscar worthy.
You got to respect the hate.
I was again. Inter will get Onana back for 3 million. Master finesse. Guys, imagine if he now gets sent back to Inter. God damn.
Inter, they be finessing with some of these guys.
NDI, Onana playing in -120 ping and -1080 ping. Oh, Lord, man.
Bro, the bar is red, man. It's one bar and it's
red. There's 3. No. Okay, we'll get there. Nigel Cardozo, bring Fergie back. Now that's crazy.
Relax.
That's crazy, bro. The guy's like
give him a heart attack, man.
Relax.
The guy's like 80 something, bro.
Bro, we already got one guy on. We already got one guy on.
No. Okay, shut up. NDI. Ten Hag equals Facebook Marketplace Pep. You see,
that's double the month, man.
You know the amount of scams that goes on in that market.
There's a lot of scams. I've been scammed there.
It's full of Nigerians.
Bro, I got scammed. I got scammed for a PS5 recently. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So actually, okay, let me bring this one. So actually, no. Let's come to these next one. Then announce your ups. So guys, I want an apology. Right now. So this is where Mr. Nomad you can shine. Jude Bellingham, bro. I haven't seen anything like I can't remember ever I've seen something quite like this. A club of Real Madrid stature, a player as young as Jude Bellingham, how quickly he's made an impact from literally game 1, and the consistency of his contributions to this team. this is stupid. And this is coming from a guy who said, talented, but I think Real Madrid is too early. You need to develop a lot more. Because I always say he's talented, but I don't think he's ready yet for Real Madrid. He needs to develop more. I am shocked. I am absolutely shocked as to how quickly he has made an impact on Real Madrid. And this is the thing. The only people who are hating are Barcelona fans. Literally, the only guys who are hating on Jude Bellingham are Barcelona fans.
And Samasi.
Oh yeah, and okay. Oh, Bayern tax that doesn't count. So basically, deluded Bayern fans and deluded Barcelona fans, because bro, it's goals and assists, and the assists are quality, and the goals are quality. So my thing is that why do you have this hate on this dude? But you know what Barca fans will say? Oh, let's see what he does October 28th against Barca. Don't let Bellingham ball against you guys. Because now, do you know what's... If he balls against Barca, do you know what they'll say? Well, you never balled against when you had Messi and Iniesta and Ronaldinho.
Relax.
No, they'll just keep on... But my thing though is, no, look, I just can't believe what this guy is doing. Like, for someone of his role, he's already had a good... Basically, if let's say his season ended now, for somebody who's really primarily a box-to-box midfielder, this is already good. Like, you've already overachieved based on what is required of you from your position. He's not a striker. He's not meant to be a goal scorer. He is a box-to-box, all-encompassing midfielder. But how he's affecting the game is crazy, because what is so crazy is just his all-round skill set, which is mad. Because you know what it is? And I mean this respectfully. I want to be respectful here, but he's like a lesser version of what we thought Pogba would be. You see, Pogba was just a lot more refined and had a lot more lala to him. But he's in that same vein where this guy just makes an impact. But my thing that's unlike Pogba, I think in Bellingham, we saw it for Dortmund, we saw it for England in the World Cup, and now for Real Madrid. He's good. That's what this guy is, just pure good. Nomad, talk to me about Jude, and is there any point in hating after what this guy has been doing?
I think those are just, deluded Pedri fanboys, basically. Not even Barcelona fans. Because I saw a lot of Barcelona fans who were like, yeah, he's doing well. I'm a Barcelona fan, but yeah, I accept, that he's doing well. So these are just actually Pedri fanboys, who can't tolerate that their so-called golden boy, the next Iniesta, is, flirting with nurses in hospitals, like Japanese adult videos,
Okay. No.
So yeah, they can't tolerate that. They can't tolerate that. So I think that's where this hatred is coming from. It's not all Barcelona fans. I'll give them that. And as for Jude, the reason for his success, it's the combination of recruitment and culture. Because the recruiters are deciding to bring in players who are overachieving considering their age. Camavinga, Tchouaméni, Bellingham, Vini, Rodrigo.
But Camavinga hasn't had the same impact. Camavinga and Tchouaméni have not had the same impact as Jude.
Yeah, but I think that's, due to Benzema leaving, that created a vacuum. I mean, it's also down to circumstances, right? Someone had to fill it. And Vini can give you 20 goals and 15 assists. Rodrigo can give you maybe 15 to 20 goals and 10 to 12 assists. But even if Bellingham can give you double-digit goals and assists, we can win La Liga. And as I told you, La Liga should be our priority, And considering that Napoli away was our toughest game in the group stages this season, I think we get out of the group at number 1. And even if you're pessimistic, the least you can say is that Real Madrid are getting out of the group. That's the least you could say, So
for sure.
I think,
but this team can't win the UCL.
No. Of course not. No. I think quarterfinals. The quarterfinals, I think, would be a great, thing for Real Madrid, because We made the semis last season, quarters this season, and if we didn't win La Liga last season, so if we win La Liga this season, it would still be a good couple of years after the Champions League.
No, I mean, Paul, like, what is this guy's ceiling, Bellingham? What is this guy's ceiling? Or could this be a case of like, amazing one season and then he now begins to decline afterwards? And this is just all hype.
No, his ceiling is quite high because I think what he will give you is longevity, which not a lot of British players have given. He could easily play till 36, 37, just like Modric, and he can morph into a defensive role as well because defensively is really good even at this age. So imagine him at 33, 34 as a defensive number 8. So I think that's what his ceiling is. His ceiling is also connected to his versatility all across the midfield, and what he can give you inside the box, in set pieces, making tackles, and even his ball distribution, it's now improving bit by bit. So we could even see him playing in a Toni Kroos-like role. And his versatility will give him the longevity, and that longevity is linked to his potential. That is where his potential mainly comes. So it's not just pure ability, it's his versatility coupled with his character. Because, as I said, the recruitment was based on character. The recruiters were sent to find players based on character.
Remember, this is a cup competition. This is what I would say. Because it's a cup like City, over a league, you can't touch City. It's so good. Like when there's so many games, a team as good as City, they'll always say, what's up? The beauty about the cup is, no matter, even if you're the favorites, it only takes one bad day. We've seen so many times where the best team doesn't win that cup competition because they just had one bad day. The best team, 10 times out of 10 wins the league. But a cup just takes one bad day. Based on just the unpredictability of a cup competition and the UCL, is it possible for this Real Madrid team to do something in this UCL because it's an unpredictable cup competition? Are there ingredients here to go all the way?
We have nothing, HH. I mean, let's be realistic. We have nothing. We're just running on fumes.
Yeah, Kepa ingrates.
All we can perform in is other domestic competitions, And it is, be honest, if Real Madrid wins the domestic double and reaches it's a bad season.
No. Look, taking everything into context, because if for Real Madrid, it is within their five to always go for the UCL. But if they win the league and the Copa del Rey, that's a good season. League, Copa del Rey, quarters of the UCL, that's a good season.
Yeah,
based on the circumstance of how young this team is.
Yeah, exactly, and next season, Lucas Vazquez, Nacho, Luka Modric, maybe Toni Kroos, Joselu, lot of even Mendy, lot of these players will be moved on, and maybe if we get Xabi Alonso, he'll want a couple of signings, and then that will be the real beginning, of a new phase, of a new generation, because even now, this is still the remnants, of the La Decima Real Madrid. Basically, this is a 10-year period that is ending in the summer of 2024. So this is, that's why the squad is finished, just based on the culture, the short-term culture of the last 10 years. So a new culture is going to begin in the next summer, I think. And for that to, truly succeed, we must create a good foundation as a club. And so we cannot go trophyless, because we cannot put the new manager under pressure, to go for it all in his first season. Especially if someone is like Xabi Alonso, who has not won much in his career.
So let me come to AK right now. And YSK, if you don't change that AV right now, you're going to be sent off streets. I hope you can see the AVI that YSK has now against a Black King, Victor Osimhen. YSK, you have 10 seconds. You have 10 seconds to change that AVI. Streets, I hope you see what this YSK guy is doing. So when you're making your panel door voting, see what this clan is doing. AK, talk to me.
That's alright, man. That's alright.
I mean, firstly, I think YSK deserves a sending off for that AVI.
Wait, YSK, I'm giving you
that.
Okay. No, I'm not. So okay, so AK, talk to me. So AK, here's the thing, is
Wait, I have a question for you first.
Okay, go for it.
Which goal was better today, Valverde's or Jude's?
Jude's.
Yeah.
Like, because you know that they had it down as an own goal. Like UEFA put it down as because I think it was defensive, but they put it down as an own goal.
It came off the back of his head. It came off the back of his head.
because he hit the ball and then he hit the back.
So while the keeper was in flight, it hit his head.
No. Still, even though taking everything into account, I still say Jude because I put the run, the dribble, the cutaway, and then the finish. So there was more to Jude's goal because there was the balance, the dribble, and then the finish. Valverde was just amazing hit. It was just an amazing strike, but there was more to Jude's goal.
I mean,
sorry to interfere. Please come back to me. I want to talk about the VAR penalty for Carvalho. Please come back to me later.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that Madrid have that's a weapon is that ball striking. And all of the midfielders, give them a hit from long range, they'll score a goal or they'll get it on target, which is a very important tool for knockout competitions. But overall, I thought both teams played pretty well. Madrid deserved the win, but one guy I need to give a shout out to, and this guy, every time he comes up against the top striker in the UCL, he performs. That's Rudiger. That's Haaland against Man City, Osimhen for Napoli, all in Rudiger's pocket.
AK, I never wanted to sell him. It was Lampard, bro.
In the UCL.
He was doing that run again. There's a video of him running.
I mean, wow. This guy on the big stage, Antonio Rudiger, that guy turns into an animal on the big stage, and I have to give him credit for that.
No, but also, I mean, what are we saying about Napoli? Was Spalletti really their most valuable player?
I think the thing here is Spalletti was a great coach, but Rudy Garcia I had Rudy Garcia at Marseille, and he was okay then, but he's obviously regressed as a coach now. I mean, he got fired by CR7. Tells you everything. I mean, I don't know a guy who's got fired by the CR. I mean, Goatnaldo might deserve some credit for firing that guy.
Yeah.
But I think Rudy Garcia is a big downgrade. They lost Kim and replaced him with a guy straight out of Brazil.
Okay. Now let's get to the real thing. Is Kivicha a one-season wonder? Like, let's have the uncomfortable conversations. Is he a one-season wonder?
It's hard for me to say, but I need to see this season because this season, I think he has like a couple of goals and a couple of assists. Like, he's not like he doesn't have like 0 goals or 0 assists this season. Like, he's not like absolutely horrible this season. He does have some good games this season, but he's obviously not the level that his first season showed. And I think, and this should have been evident from the start of last season, that Victor Osimhen is that guy for Napoli, not Kvaratskhelia. Victor Osimhen is that guy, and if they lose Victor Osimhen,
they're done. And remember, and when they won the Serie, who did they put the crown?
Yeah, they put Kvaratskhelia.
What did he do? What did he do this game? What did he do this
I don't
game?
even know why you're still here, bro. So you better shut up.
I want to know why he did this
AK,
game.
keep talking. AK, keep talking.
Osimhen is the guy who has 5 goals in 7 Serie A games, so I don't know why is talking. I don't know.
AK, this is Champions League. AK,
I mean,
this is Champions
Osimhen in the Champions League has more assists than Kvaratskhelia, so I don't know.
Also, and didn't Kivicha miss a penalty in the UCL semi?
Hey, Kivicha also missed the penalty.
I don't know if you know
I don't know why YSK is still talking. AK, please keep talking. AK, I'm sorry.
YSK, I wouldn't be talking. Your team gave Galatasaray the first win in 117 years.
Thank you. Keep cooking.
So,
AK, keep cooking.
Yeah.
But on Jude though, I mean, what is this guy's ceiling?
This guy's ceiling it's hard for me to say because he plays for a brick country, so that immediately takes away his international silverware chances.
Oh Lord.
But as a Real Madrid, if he stays at Real Madrid, this guy can be one of their best ever midfielders. That I think is his ceiling. And that's hard to say right now.
I mean, we're talking about Zidane, we're talking about Guti, we're talking about Modric, we're talking about Kroos. That's a tall order.
I mean, if he stays until 37, 38, like Modric, I know that's very, very, very like that's very like that's a long shot at this point. Who's to say he can't, lift 3-4 UCLs, lift some league titles, lift a couple Copa del Reys, and be influential in all of them? That puts him into that discussion. So I think he will stay at Madrid. I'll be honest. I don't think he's gonna leave at like 28 to the Premier League or anything. I think he will stay at Madrid because he seems like that guy who's very in love with the culture, the club, the fans, and all that. So I think he will stay there. And if he stays at Madrid, that's going to be his ceiling. He's going to be one of the best midfielders in Madrid history if he continues this way.
Who else wants to pop in on this whole?
Can I speak on this?
Let me speak.
Vibe. Talk to me about Vibe.
Yeah, I actually wanted to speak. So basically, the thing that differs Jude Bellingham with the other players is that he's got the mentality, and for a 20-year-old, that's extremely mature as well. So it's very difficult to attain that sort of mentality at a very young age, and even in today's game, you can just see like he I'm not obviously comparing players, I'm comparing the positions. He sort of played in a Thomas Muller role, sort of coming back, trying to receive the passes and distributing the ball ahead. And I wanted to compare him to one player. So actually my idol was Gareth Bale. And the thing is, you compare these two players. The thing is, Jude Bellingham tends to thrive in an audience when the cameras are on him. So he tends to really perform well. Whereas if you look at someone like Bale, he never really performed well when there was a lot of scrutiny and criticism on him. And I think that's the differentiating thing. And I think that's what Nomad was trying to explain in terms of, immersing yourself into the culture and getting to interact with the fans. And that's why I think Jude will probably grow to become one of the best players in this generation, that is. So
Wesker, what you say?
I just find it funny how none of the Bellingham haters, the known Bellingham haters are on this panel today. It's I don't know, it's a weird feeling because I was expecting apologies, HH. I was expecting apologies, but I guess they're all waiting.
I don't understand this hate. What about him is cocky?
Well, he's 20, so he's not a teen. So that's a break, I think.
Okay, that is a break. That is a break. So let me put that down then. Like, I don't. But he's what does that mean? I mean, it's madness.
From the way he's performing, he should be cocky.
Yes,
bro.
And he's not actually even being cocky, but he should be.
Bro,
but the thing is, he's not.
Are we saying
he's not, though? He's not.
Are we saying he's cocky because of his celebration? Is this what we're doing? Like he's embracing in his rich vein of form right now. Hey, just could you imagine if one of us was doing this to Real Madrid? You know how cocky we'd be. Well, bro.
I don't even know what to say to that. Just.
Okay. Anyways, so, bro, the confidence, and you want to make sure a player like him maintain the confidence.
Look, yo, I don't even know what this is about.
Yo,
shut up, man. No. I paid my water bill for this month. I'm doing the whole Klarna thing of like spreading around. So shout out to the guys for my water bill, man. Shout out to you guys.
What?
Wise, keep going. I'm spreading out the bills month to month.
Okay, no, that's cool, man. Shout out to you.
Shout out to Bar, actually.
Here's one of the haters. Here's one of the haters.
Can I speak on Jude?
No.
Yeah, come to you. Yeah, Wise, go for it.
It was today, bro. Did you see his tap in today? That was one of the greatest.
That's a great tap in. That was an amazing tap in.
That was one of the greatest tap ins I've ever. Like, honestly, like no trolling, nothing. Like, that was great. And the assist as well. I mean, I know there's guys out there who's probably breaking down the anatomy of that assist. How good was it really? I know there's guys making videos of that right now. Bro, I think it's like what nine games he's played now. 8 Gs.
And
how many
I think they said, because I saw a tweet, they said like, I don't know whether this is right, they said 8 Man of the Match awards. I don't know whether that's
is
right.
right. That is that is right. And I believe 45% of those goals were all clutch goals.
6 or 7 clutch goals.
There you go, bro. And assists. It's not like this guy just stat padding goals. His assists. He's involved in the play. Defensively is good as well. His tackling, his positioning. So you don't want to get carried away, obviously. But it's I don't know why this hate. I just don't get it. Like, he's 20, bro. Like, he's not even in his prime.
No. Did you know what? You know what I think it is? I think it's a combo. I think because
tribalism is one thing.
There's the tribalism, but also I think there's the English thing as well.
No, they're mad that he didn't come to the Prem. That's another thing. They're mad that he didn't come to the
but
Prem.
I don't even think
the hate isn't coming from Premier League guys.
It's not. No, I just think. Yeah, I just think that's because he's English, and English usually overhype their talent. And
Yes.
I think that's what they.
I think what it is that how the story was supposed to go is, oh my gosh, we put all this much for this English overhype guys. Then he comes, isn't that great? Is struggling, and boom. But because he's made such a crazy impact and game-winning impact, guys are like in panic mode because they're like, whoa, okay. So now the scrutiny is senseless because this is face value. He's 20 and he's single-handedly winning games for Real Madrid in transition.
The England fan. Now again, shout out to Prince Charlie. But the English narrative was, and it was right before when he was linked to Liverpool, and then obviously he made his switch to Madrid. People were like, it's a mistake. He should have come to Liverpool. Blah blah blah. And then once you see that this guy is now turning up for Madrid, now it's like, oh, that's our boy. He's carrying Madrid now. These commentators for what's it called? TNT. Bro, they're gassing him up. They're like, oh, look what he's doing for Madrid. But before that, the energy was he should have come to Liverpool. This is where his home is at. So the English people are a bit weird. The criticism comes from, like Nomad said, most of them are Pedri fanboys. I don't think they're actually Barca fans. I think Barca fans can acknowledge when somebody's, can give credit where credit's due.
Yeah.
Again, talent wise, I honestly don't care what your score on the eye test is. I don't care.
Because
roulette and stepovers don't win Champions League.
I've never said that. He has, because I've always preached about Musiala, and even Pedri, just based on how good they are technically. That's one thing. So I've never said that, oh my gosh, this guy's like the next Messi or the next Zidane or the next Pogba. Like, Pogba, in terms of just testing an eye test, way better than him at his age. But the fact about it is this is about winning. And a guy this young and what he's doing and the kind of impact he's having in his mentality, it's crazy. He's 20 years old and he's single-handedly winning games for Real Madrid as a 20-year-old. That's insane.
I think it's unfair to compare him to Pogba. Pogba, with all due disrespect to all the other midfielders, is the most talented midfielder of this generation.
Based on those pure talents, pure talents.
With or without testosterone. So I think it's unfair to compare to him. But obviously we saw the decline that Pogba took. Which I don't think will affect Bellingham. Because I think you can already tell this dude's mindset is different. Like, you don't just turn up to a club like Real Madrid and turn up in big moments. Because these are big moments. You know how I know the hate is real? Because guys was pointing at Girona and saying, oh, look what they're doing. They said, I swear someone said it's a three horse race or something.
Yeah, someone said it's a 3-horse race. Yeah.
Yeah, he's on this panel.
And then all of a sudden,
Elijah.
and then all of a sudden, this guy does what he did, and then it's like, oh, but it's only Girona. Like bro, as a hater, as a prime hater, I can't.
No. But here's my thing though. Let's say come October 28th. He drops a disaster class and doesn't play well against Barcelona, but he keeps on performing well for the rest of the season. They will still say, he's overhyped.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Oh, you didn't ball against Atletico and so forth. But at the same time, we all argue, arguably one of the best ever individual seasons we've ever seen club-wise was Jaws for Liverpool in that season. And he never scored a single goal against the top six.
No.
But we still agree that, despite that, what he did for the season was extraordinary. So my thing though is, even if he drops a disaster class against Atleti and Barca home and away, but in his debut season as a 20-year-old,
he's a number 8.
Has double figures of goals and assists and is winning games single-handedly. Bro, that is still an amazing debut season for a 20-year-old who you all said would be a failure.
La Liga.
Well, you did. Let's keep it real.
No. I didn't say he would be a failure. I said that those come to
yeah, you did say that. You did say that.
Was he really?
I better not find.
Someone get the receipt.
No.
We saw when you said the number 5.
I said that I don't think you should move to Real Madrid now. And
Bro, they have a bunch of youngsters. This is the best time to move. You're growing with youngsters around them.
But but I still said that. The way that he came with how much money was spent upon him, the spotlight on him wasn't the same spotlight on Camavinga or Tchouaméni or even Vini. Those guys didn't have the same spotlight because once you're coming in with Maki signing, huge fee, this is the next Galactico. The unveiling he had was not the same unveiling as Camavinga, Tchouaméni, or Vini. So pressure comes there. So I was like, bro, are you sure you can handle this pressure with all the lights on you, the expectation, the pressure and everything? Because again, we saw it after the Athletic game. After the Athletic game, why do you think he did that celebration when he scored for Girona? Because he saw how people came for him.
He grew up on Twitter.com, man. He grew up on Twitter.com.
So he will know that like guys are waiting for him to fail. And the guys out there who are like, nah, you're overhyped, you're not that good. And every time he has a bad game, like, he 1000% would have. That goal he scored was because he saw Tappingham on Twitter.com.
I don't think players, like particularly the young players that have more maturity in their game, I don't think they necessarily listen to Twitter.com or they care what outside sources tell them. Especially with Jude Bellingham's background. No, with Jude Bellingham's background and the way he was raised, the way he talks about himself, he seems like he's more laser focused on actually making a career for himself instead of focusing on outside voices.
Then then why did he? Ziman, if you say that, why did he do that celebration after Girona? Why? You only do that celebration because people were critical of you in the previous game.
No. This guy has been doing a bunch of Real Madrid celebrations as well, bro. Like, let's not try to.
Ziman, what is this? Ziman, come on, we're football guys. We know what the celebration is. Come on, man. What are you talking about?
But I think you think that he harbors into this type of stuff way more than he does. I think generally this guy's a professional. I think that's the type of player he is. He doesn't generally. He's all about getting to the level that he wants to without necessarily caring. Because I'll be honest, if you care too much about what other people are saying about you, the general public, you'll never reach the top. You'll never reach the top. If you're exactly like Lukaku, who's out here fighting against against people because of his first touch while he's playing at the Euros.
But you can see it's not about dwelling on it. It's not about dwelling on it. You are aware of it. So it would be, so it's not like, oh my God, what the guy saying? You will just know, you'll just come. Diaz may say, oh, do you know what they're saying about you? People will make aware of what guys are saying on you because you're coming from a different generation and somehow word will reach you. So he's not seeking it. He's not out there, what the guy's saying, but he will just, through the grapevine, know that, oh, this is what guys were saying about you after the Athletic game, that, man, you've finally been exposed. You're not that good. This guy's overhyped.
Yeah. But I feel like the best young players I've seen are the ones that care about their personal growth more so than what outside people are saying.
True. 100%.
For me, that's how you reach. If you're the type of person to care, that puts a cap on your potential. Yeah. Because at some point you're gonna go through a slope and everyone's gonna attack you. How do you handle that? If you go to Twitter to try to argue with people instead of focusing on your football, you're most likely not going to make it to the top or the highest you can in terms of potential.
Yeah, and also like he actually doesn't tweet. Like he's never. I don't think he's ever like made like a. Obviously, you do the main Instagram stuff, but unlike Lukaku or anything, he's not really making any tweets to say, "Hey, haters, you like that, blah blah." So he's not doing any of that stuff, which is good.
Yeah. Going back to the Jude topic, right? I respect him and all, and I do think that he has been doing wonderful. The last person to have this type of goal scoring ability was like Cristiano Ronaldo in his beginning days at Real Madrid. But when it comes to him, you have to give him all the respect in the world and what he's done. But one thing I hate about the tribalistic aspect of football, like the same people that will be you said that Pedri fans tend to attack Jude, but Jude fans also tend to attack Barca fans. It's a part of the cycle. I don't think you can be blaming one side for doing one thing when the other side is literally doing the same thing. It's like it's like this whole thing of like fans going back and forth, and I think this whole idea that you can just point to one fan base of a certain player or that support a certain player and try to almost blame them for the way that Jude is perceived, at the same time not acknowledging that the same thing happens in their fan base for other players. I think it's just the cycle of football. It happens everywhere, and that's the whole point of rivalry. Now, outside of the Barcelona-Real Madrid aspect of rivalry, I think some of it is down to either Liverpool fans who feel some type of way about him choosing Real Madrid, or just EPL fans that are praying for his downfall one way or another because of their star boys being, English support, having a star boy in the English national team.
Bro, I don't know about you.
Him shadowing them.
To be honest, I've not heard like in the English kind of, especially now, and maybe HH is the same. I've not heard like in my circle or people that watch football that I know that live around this area. There's no hate towards Bellingham. Like, people are actually loving what he's doing, purely because
it's more of a social media gimmick. Because I'll be honest, man. Media, like, and here's the thing: it's
social media is not real life, bro. Social media is a bloody microcosm. It's
but
not real life.
That's where he's receiving majority of his hate, and that's where it's coming from. Because in social media, it's like if you don't play in England, EPL fans aren't going to necessarily talk about you or rate you that much. And the only time and then there comes that whole conversation of when people start having who's the best English talent. And majority of it, you'll see your Sakas, you'll see your Harry Kanes from Spurs who think he's the best English talent. And all of a sudden you introduce a new person, of course they're going to attack them. That's a part of the fan base. That's a part of fandom. It's like we act like what Jude is receiving is anything different from what other players are receiving, which is a part of football. It is a part of football.
No. But my thing is, Jude is not getting any hate from England or EPL fans. No, he's not.
He is.
On
Twitter, especially.
Social media, he is.
Guys, social media is not real life. Social media is a microcosm. It doesn't represent the real world, bro. Like, guys, social media, guys, you now get paid for retweets and likes. Negativity breeds retweets and likes. So what can you do? Let me post something controversial or something here. Let's expose Jude Bellingham, a thread. And you'll see, guys, because once you do that, you bring in all the Barca guys and all the Barca fans to now come in and start retweeting and liking. Engagement. All about it's a game. Like, my thing is that social media, it's very hard to know whether anybody is genuine on social media, whether they're being genuine or whether you're doing it to improve engagement to earn money, because you earn money right now for being engaging. So it's hard to know whether anybody is genuine. In England, it's using logic. It's hard to say that he's hated because people know, bro, they retired his jersey in Birmingham City right now. I think they're going to name like a bridge or something after him as well. So my thing is that this is a big deal in England because guys like, I don't know, England genuinely have, like, this is the last time I can think of a guy with this hype was Rooney. A guy who was this good with this kind of hype is Rooney. So my thing is that the only angle you can use is like, but he's not in the Premier League. But that's still stupid because it's like he's literally at the biggest club in the world. So what can you say?
Like, that's the problem. You guys are talking about real life, right? Majority of the hate you see is through social media. And let's be honest, there is no logic and reason in social media. There is no reason why players are hated. It's just a part of the course in social media. Like, it just happens. Like, it's like and I think that's where majority of the hate that you're talking about consistently is where he's receiving it from. It's where majority of players receive it from. In real life, nobody's going to come up to these players and actually talk. Well, except for, when it comes to fans in the stadium. But in real life, when you're talking about like foreign players or like, when you're talking about top class talents, majority of the hate is going to be through social media. It's a part of it. It's a globalized sport.
All right, okay, wait, hold on. Let me take quickly say some debates because I want to touch on Arsenal because we need to discuss the Arsenal boys, man. So Nemo says Messi flopped in his first season, but second season he had one. Oh shit! Oops, sorry.
Oh my god!
Drop the brick! Drop the brick!
Guys, it's one of my favorite superhero movies, man. What are you gonna do, bro? What are you gonna do?
Bro, do you think you're Clark Kent or something, bro? What
the bold Clark Kent?
So shout out to Nemo. So Messi flopped in his first season, yes. But second season he had 1.03 goals and assists per game in Uber Eats.
I'm sorry. Nah, that's a brick. That's a brick.
Yeah, no, that's a brick. That's a brick. Once you now have to use an Einstein mathematical equation, basically E equals MC squared, ergo he failed. So basically, second season, Mbappe had 1.05. Past and future goals both flopped last season. Messi flopped at Uber Eats. It happens. He's a World Cup winner, Copa America winner. He's one of the greatest players of all time, but he flopped in Uber Eats. It's okay. No one's perfect.
Uber Eats, so
yeah, no one is perfect. Shout out to Zorting TV. HH, since Newcastle Karabuki, don't call me a bandwagon. I was the first crap hag out. I saw this a while ago. Onana is so bad, it's unbelievable. But Zorting, I want you. Don't send, just put it in the chat. You don't need to send it up. Tell me who you want to hire. Because if you say Ten Hag out, tell me the manager available right now.
Wait, did you guys talk about Man United? It's already
we'll circle back. Don't worry, we'll circle back.
That section part, man. That section.
IKIC, Real Madrid becoming emo FC. Hashtag Jimmy Butler. Hashtag.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did you see Jimmy Butler's?
Bro, I don't want to comment on that. I don't want to comment on that. Shout out to Paul Brasser. Jude reminds me of Prime. See, this is what I don't like.
No, you started this, HH. You compare him to Pogba.
Not yet.
Talent. They're not even the same type of talent, though. Pogba's not the same as a Jude.
I said that he was a lesser version of Pogba, but that's one side. See, this is what I don't like. Don't let Jude be Jude. Don't bring Zidane. Don't bring Kaka. Let Jude be Jude. But is it too hold on? Is it too controversial to say that Jude has already surpassed Kaka's Real Madrid career?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yes. Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
I mean, Lucas has it.
No, because remember, I said Kaka's Real Madrid career. His Real Madrid
2012
career.
lives, man. 2012 lives.
Did he miss that penalty in the semi?
Something like that.
Because
so wait, hold up. Ramesh Suresh, Rudiger had Jason Love in his pockets today. Wait, who is Jason Love?
No, don't go there.
Okay, no, I won't. QC8. What excuse when he does this celebration on October 28th? Oh, he didn't do it against Messi and Ronaldinho.
Relax, easy, relax.
No. My thing is that I think he'll have maybe an okay game because it will be stupid.
It is too good. It will be too good.
It
won't happen. He's gonna flop.
It will be too good.
Barca hate is real.
He's gonna flop.
You know what would be worse? If he scores, he opens up his shirt and the shirt says that Catalonia is forever Spain. Then I don't know whether he'll leave the
state. Wow.
That's mad.
No, drop the break, man.
It's an
We can only wish.
Okay. What happens if England wins the Euros and Jude plays a major part? The hype hate is going to be out of this world. Love the show. But forget about the whole hype thing. Now, if he wins the Euros for England and plays a major part, bro, give him. Then you've got to. I remember
First Euros.
He's single-handedly took a second country out of the quickness.
Not only that, not their second ever trophy in their entire history.
Yep.
1966.
When was the last
Guys, none of us were alive in 1966. None of us were alive.
Wait,
20
He
years.
single-handedly got a country out of its quickness.
You were alive. I guarantee.
Let me see, bro. No, guys. No, let's keep it straight. If Jude is the best player at the Euros and is the main reason why England wins those Euros, we have to have a serious conversation because we all know how trash England is.
That's I think
that's Doi.
That's Doi. Because bro,
of course it's Doi.
The last time they won a major trophy, the moon landing hadn't happened.
Are we also gonna have a conversation?
When was the moon landing?
1969. It was 1969.
Yeah. The moon landing. Yeah, sure.
Don't do that.
The moon landing. Yeah, sure.
Why are you hating?
Why?
Oh my
bro.
God.
Do you know that there's no wind in space? How come the flag was blowing if there's no wind in
This
space?
guy.
Capricorn 1. All I'm saying is 2 words, Capricorn 1. Watch the film. It was the fix. The fix. That we didn't land. Bro, okay, wait, hold up. So we land on the moon. We're in 2023. Okay, wait, hold on. Where's the moon? No, hold up. Where's the moon base?
Wait, HH, is the Earth,
What's that?
Is the Earth flat? Is the Earth flat?
YSK, where is the moon base?
Answer the question.
If no. We landed on the moon in 1969.
Okay, but
where is the moon?
Earth
Okay,
flat?
streets. Where is the moon base?
Is the Earth flat? Is the Earth flat? Is it flat?
Look, Tank, I'm gonna put you in timeout, bro. Timeout. I'm gonna put you in timeout. okay, guys. I want to touch on us. Okay, Barry, be very quick. Very quick.
Okay. Yeah, because I think somehow, some way, like I don't know how this turned out to be, but apparently I'm like the main Jude hater on the panel.
One of the main ones, yes. One of the main ones.
Yeah,
yes.
one of the.
Yeah, okay, you can say so. But I always say that the guy was a good player. I don't have an issue with Jude personally. I think he's a very good, very good player. But my issue was with the kind of praise people were giving him at the beginning, comparing to Zidane. Because obviously, like I obviously troll Zidane at times because I'm trying to push my Xavi and Iniesta agenda. But Zidane's one of the
players. But carry on.
But he was Zidane is the most elegant player ever, and he's one of the greatest ever. So I think it was a bit overblown the way people were praising him. But he's pretty much shut me up. Every kind of criticism that I gave him throughout the beginning of his Madrid career, he's been turning them down. You know, I said try to perform in a big game. Like last weekend, if I would have pulled up in the weekend hangout, I was like, you know what? Hats off to you, because Girona was a big game, one of the best performance La Liga teams so far this season.
Yeah.
Assist, goal. It was a big game. Kudos to you. And today, assist, goal against Serie A winners and UCL quarter. So what can I say, man? I can't even say, I want to wait until October 20th because he's proven me wrong every single time.
Already. He's already proven people wrong already.
So hats off to him and good night, guys. See you soon.
All right, so I want to touch on.
It is one last thing.
No, man, be very brief. Be very brief. We have lots to go to.
Yeah.
Be very brief.
Yeah, one last thing. Yeah. He's a number 8, right? He's a number 8 who was a teenager just a couple of months ago. Even if he does absolutely nothing for the rest of the season, it's still a good first season.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's already.
No, it's not because
Zima,
it is.
No.
It is.
Okay,
wait, no, wait, hold on. We have to know. We have to move. No, hold on. We have to move.
And last thing.
No. We're moving. We have to move. Because we have to. So, guys, camera lens. Now, I think obviously I'm going to come to AK first, who is our unofficial and unpaid Uber Eats correspondent.
Cut the check.
I have no money, so there's no check to so I feel like I'm being honest, bro. No, bro. Most of the money went into the water bill.
Yo,
so that's what it is. So my thing is this. So shout outs to camera lens, man.
Bring up the
they got clowned, they got abused, but you know, I said we're on Arsenal camera lens, and you said which.
Before you speak on Arsenal, okay, go ahead.
No, Abdullah, we'll come because we have to go through all this topic. We have to go through this, but we will circle back afterwards. So my thing is this: look, see, we have to it's not the end of the world because it was an away game, but what is problematic, I think that the major thing is, based on just how well they did against PSV, you'd have thought, okay, that I've said what's up to Lens. But what this now shows is that it's an open group now. It's a really open group. And I think that it might be a lot closer than we think. But also, what is major is, because I didn't watch the game. I was watching the Madrid and the United game. I heard that Saka got injured. So AK, as our unofficial, unpaid Uber Eats correspondent.
Can I speak after?
Yeah, sure. Lens and Arsenal, talk to me, man.
Uber Eats lives. Uber Eats lives.
Because of one win against Arsenal? Come on.
Respect the Uber Eats.
Respect the Uber Eats. Messi didn't do his best year, and now we beat the second best team in the EPL.
Actually, hold on. Should we put some more, because Uber Eats humbled Messi, which MLS looking back. So Uber Eats humbled Messi, and now they're humbling a lot of teams. So should it really be called a farmers league? AK, continue.
I mean, That was just some. Some words. On a real though, also FC Lens is they're a hard team to play away because I think last season they had the fourth best away record in all of Europe or something. They were really good at home. So like it's a very hard place to go. So I thought this season that they wouldn't be as good because they lost their two best players in Openda and Fofana, but they replaced them well and they were very good today. They didn't just, it wasn't just, a counterattack smash and grab. They outplayed Arsenal. They were physically dominant. They were technically dominant. And they have a striker, Ali Wai, who was actually linked to the London Cowboys. And, he showed up. He's one of France's best young strikers, scored 19 goals last season. And this season, he has a second goal. And he's a very good, overall footballer. He's got an assist as well today. So, this is a team that they didn't start that well, but they're a better team than the standings show. Like the standings, I think show they're 15th in Liga. I think they're probably top 5 teams in Liga. I don't think they're as good as they were last year, but they're definitely top 5 teams in Liga, and they showed it today. They had more of they had. I think the possession stats were skewed towards Arsenal, but they had more shots, similar amounts of shots on target. So it was a hard game for Arsenal, and this shows that Arsenal just can't go into the Champions League and say, "Hey, because we have these great players, we have this way of football that got us to a title challenge. We can't just go into the Champions League and act like we're the big boys." Because you need experience, you need these players to understand how the Champions League functions. You can't just go in and just say, "Oh, the Champions League is going to be like the Premier League." The Champions League is different. It's a different type of game, I say, because none of these teams feel you. These teams will play their game against you. These teams won't, physically, shy away from you. These teams will contest you. These teams will duel you, and you have to be up for that challenge. And it shows that Arsenal weren't up for that challenge. And
also, what's tricky? I'm just looking at and they have Sevilla away next.
Sevilla away, it's another very difficult team because you don't look at Sevilla as a team like a Premier League team which will just shy away. They'll physically go up against you. They'll try to beat you. They'll try to wear you down. And this is I said it before, this is a deceptively hard group for Arsenal because it will test the players who are very young. It will test them at the highest level. These are teams that are Champions League level. May not be Champions League winners level, but if you want to play in the Champions League, you have to beat these teams. And another thing, Arteta's record in Europe is spooky. Let's be honest, it's spooky.
Facts. And the Champions League.
Villarreal, Sporting, Olympiacos, now FC Lens. Now, we have Arteta. His league record is good, but he has to improve his UCL record, and that's more likely about the way he plays. Arsenal almost feel like a version of Barca and a version of pre 2019 City, where they were so good in the league, but in Europe they always had these results that was like, how are they not as good in Europe as they are in the league? And that's one of the things that worries me about Arsenal. Because as much as you can say, if they face a team like AC Milan, they have more quality than them. AC Milan have the experience. And AC Milan are wily, they're clever. Are Arsenal as clever as AC Milan? And that could be enough to knock you out of the UCL. So, I think Arsenal, it's not a point where they're incredibly concerned. There are question marks because Bukayo Saka is also injured. City is coming next.
He's faking an injury. He's faking an injury.
I mean, Saka. We talk about Saka. I think he played 60 or 70 consecutive games for Arsenal. He's now injured. Who's the right winger? Fabio Vieira?
So do you think playing on multiple fronts will really affect Arsenal this season?
Yeah, because a lot of these players, Arsenal say they have good depth, but a lot of these players are playing week in, week out. and they've never had the experience of playing in the UCL and playing in the league week in, week out. So you're going to look at Saka, who might be out. Declan Rice today, he looked physically beaten, HH. And this is against the Lens team that, that physically, they're good physically.
No, but also, this is, Rice is going 2 tiers up. So he's not going from Europa League to Champions League. He's going from Conference League to Champions League. So it is like a massive step up from what he was doing last year. So
it's a massive step up for all these players. And that's why I was like, don't just say Arsenal are third favorite, second favorites for the UCL. Maybe by
wait, hold on. Who was saying that?
Yeah,
Arsenal fans
and the
wait, hold on.
And the Arsenal and the UEFA Champions League favorites, the booking favorites, put Arsenal as a higher, Arsenal as a third favorite ahead of
the fourth.
Real Madrid favorite.
Who in their right mind has Arsenal third or fourth favorite? See, now this is what I said. I'm not going to change. I said Arsenal could be a surprise team. Arsenal could be like the surprise team, who they could be outsiders to maybe surprisingly get through. But they are coming through as a surprise team. These guys are not second, third, fourth, fifth favorites. No way. Hell, I'm putting Barcelona ahead of Arsenal. Because you have to put Bayern, Real Madrid, Barcelona. I'm putting Inter Milan ahead of Arsenal. So come on, that's wild.
I mean, I think...
Wait, hold on. AK.
Now, that's the thing. With FC Lens, I think they can finish second in this group. I think because they're home, they'll win games at home.
Okay. If you say second, who finishes first? Still Arsenal?
Yeah, I think still Arsenal. Even though they lose this game, I don't think that's gonna hinder.
And who finishes third?
You know
who finishes third.
You know who?
Sevilla.
Actually, wait, hold up. It's no. Hey, it's changed. Remember, next year everything changes. It don't work anymore.
But
Next year everything changes.
No, that puts a spanner into the works.
Now that's makes things so Sevilla. You can't do that third game because there's no. It changes next season, so you might as well go for it.
Here's the thing. Look at this about the EPL. Brighton lost to AK Athens. Aston Villa lost to Legia Warsaw. Man United lost to Galatasaray. Arsenal lost to FC Lens. I don't think this is going to happen, but I wouldn't be surprised if Man City is the only only team that gets out of their UCL group.
Oh no, come on, don't
Man
say
City
that.
City is the only English team out of their UCL group.
That's too wild.
That's going too far.
I know.
Okay. So let me come to Z-Man. Talk to me, bro. Z-Man.
Yeah. Actually, I didn't notice that you didn't know that what Arsenal fans were saying about some Arsenal fans, aside from H7.
No, Z-Man. I told you. I try and stay away from the main timeline on Twitter, and I just try to stay away from the stuff.
Did you remember Arsenal Fan TV they were talking about the Champions League, which is harder, the EPL, the Champions League. They were like, the Champions League, we can win it, man. You look around Europe, it's pretty easy. Like we're definitely gonna be semis minimum and stuff like that. Which I got, but the problem is this. I'm telling you, man, Europe is a totally different.
It's a different beast.
It's a different beast.
Because I know their psychology. Oh, Premier League is the number 1 league in the world. We almost won the league. Bro, Champions League is going to be easy. It don't work like that, bro.
Yeah. Even though I do think that they are going to top this group, regardless of this loss, I do think they're going to top this group. I just think that, Arteta, this is where your squad building kind of hampers you because Saka's out. I mean, he said he doesn't know. It doesn't look good, according to Arteta. So
it's load of lies. He's fit.
It's no. But the way he went out, I think that. If Saka's out, man, and plus I don't think he's good when it comes to substitutions and whatnot, and actually rotation. So for this guy, this is a hard learning curve for him. This is a guy that this is his fifth year in at Arsenal. He's supposed to deliver trophies and try to go as far as he can in the Champions League, which might be a quarterfinals and whatnot. But I just I'm sorry, bro. This is Arteta, man. Are we gonna have an honest discussion the same way we had an honest discussion about Xavi and his European in his European performances. The same way we got to have a discussion about Arteta and his European performances. This guy loses to teams that he has a better quality of when he was in Europa League.
Okay, but what's again, I want to be very fair here, and I don't want to be disrespectful. What expectations do we have for Arsenal in the Champions League?
Quarterfinals, Max.
Quarterfinals.
From their fan base, I expect semis minimum.
J2S, their fan base are psychopaths who take drugs.
They're setting themselves up failure, so I'm saying
quarterfinals was actually makes sense because they should be reaching the quarterfinals. Let's be honest, round 16.
Okay, again, I'll just be fair. This is a club, they've never won the Champions League. They've been to one UCL final. You don't get to have lofty expectations in a competition that you've never won and you've only been to the final once. And that was back in 2006. So it's like, for us, because my thing though, and I think there's a point that you just made, Europe and domestic are two very different beasts. Bro, Pep has already tested you domestically. He says, no, Champions League is the real hard thing to do. Boy.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, we've seen lesser clubs with lesser talent reach the quarterfinals. Like, that's not unrealistic expectation for Arsenal. If they do anything below that, then it's just like, what are you doing in Europe? Like, I'm sorry, like, at some point, we're gonna have to have a harsh discussion of, is it time? Has Arsenal as a squad and where they're at, has it surpassed Arteta's ability as a manager? Like, I mean, they're contending for the league on a consistent basis, and they're doing, and plus they have the team to compete in Europe. But it's a matter of Arteta not making the right decisions when it comes to scouting and getting the right players, because you don't have that much backup when it comes to Saka being down. Your whole season is over because of that. If that's to occur, so these harsh discussions, like, we're gonna have.
What's it called? Abdallah, go for it, Abdallah.
First of all, I think Saka's faking an injury. I think he'd done the same thing last week or the week before.
Why would he be faking an injury?
No, he was faking an injury in terms of, I think, probably just resting him and stuff like that.
Wait, after 34 minutes?
Yes.
Yeah. Why would you
drop
the break?
Well, I'm not lying.
No.
UCL life as a 5-piece.
Abdallah, it's a UCL game, and he decides to fake an injury after 35 minutes.
Probably thinking about.
Why would you tell him to fake it?
Why would
you substituting him?
Wait. So Abdallah, hold up. So you're saying faking an injury because because he wants to focus on the game against City on Sunday.
Yes. Like bigger fish to fry.
Damn, a 6-piece.
It's not a lie. What do you mean?
This is a 6 brick.
It's a 4th piece.
Abdallah, surely, Abdallah, please, I'm begging you. I'm actually begging you. Please, I'm pleading with you. Surely you don't believe that. Surely, come on.
The UCL.
Wait.
Abdallah, we are in October. This game is on a Tuesday. That game is on a Sunday. And after 35 minutes, they decided fake an injury.
It's the only decent right winger. It's not what? Is he the best right winger? What, Reece Nelson is their backup? Really?
But Abdallah, if you want to fake an injury before the game. Why play 35 minutes?
Exactly.
No, because maybe he thought he could get it. It should be like easily won.
No, that's a 7. I'm sorry.
Wait, what are you
going
to say if he doesn't start on Sunday? What are you going to say then? If Saka doesn't start on Sunday, he's not in the squad.
I'll hold that L. But I'm confident he'll start.
No, he's resting for the next one.
Because if he take an injury before 5 minutes before the end of the game, and if he don't start on Sunday, then
hold on, Abdallah, just finish your points. Let me finish. Talk on Arsenal.
I told people about Arteta when it comes to the Champions League. He took over the reins when he had better players and took over for the Lyon game. He flopped. He took over that game. People seem to forget that fact. I'm confident we'll beat them. If they don't beat us, they'll never beat us. They'll never beat us, ever. So yeah, good luck. Good luck to them.
Who else wants to talk?
Yeah, can I talk? Yeah, so what I'm saying is if Saka doesn't start on Sunday, that means he's saving himself for the Chelsea game the following weekend.
Yeah, he's going to keep saving himself for a month.
According to Abdallah, yeah.
I didn't say
Bro,
that.
someone
I
said he's
I didn't
saving
say
himself for
that.
the international break.
Wait, so what if he saves himself for like the next month? What happens
No,
then?
No, he's resting for the Euros in 2024.
Bro,
No,
he's resting up for the Euros.
Wait, if he's out for the season, does that mean he's resting for next season?
He's resting for the Euros, man.
Oh.
That was very sick, man.
That's crazy, man.
Man, bro, 2026 is important, man. He's resting up.
James was continue. I mean, look. I mean, I don't know. What are these Arsenal fans saying? And my thing is, should we even be taking it seriously? Because we know Arsenal fans are amongst the most delusional on planet Earth.
Yeah, we can't take
I wouldn't take it serious.
They're dumb.
Yeah, they've been out for the
I
Champions
wouldn't
League.
take it serious at all. Not
Yeah,
one
Zombie.
bit.
Hold on, Zombie. Hold up. James was continue.
Yeah, they've been out of the Champions League for 7 years, and they think they're going to come straight back and get to the semi. I was saying semis minimum because they said, "Oh, Inter Milan and AC Milan did the semis last year, so that means we can." It's like that's not how football works. What if you get a bad draw in the round? What if they get like Real Madrid in the round 16 or a Barcelona and stuff like that, and then they lose? What are they going to say then? And their record against Lens isn't that good because I think it was the 99 season Champions League, Lens beat them at home, but they drew away. So this is what Arsenal do in Europe. When they come against a team that they should beat, they always lose. They've done this for so many years. Like in the Invincible season, they should have beaten Chelsea, but they didn't.
Okay, if we now know that Sevilla can't do the whole Europa League third place thing, do you still see Arsenal making it through
They
the group?
can.
Wait, they can. What do you mean?
No, this is the last season Sevilla can do it.
This is the last dance.
season.
This is the last dance, bro. This is the last dance.
Sevilla. If they come third, they go to the Europa League.
Yeah.
Bro,
This is the final season.
Bro, it's the next Champions League year.
Yeah,
bro.
after next season you can't do it because it's the league table.
Not next year. That might be a brick on yourself, bro.
Yeah, that's a brick. I'm not gonna lie. You thought they were gonna change formation.
Yo, this guy.
Okay,
Yo,
fine.
that's
Okay, so basically, scratch that question. Arsenal are through. Arsenal. Are
Yeah,
through.
Arsenal.
Okay, fine.
They'll probably.
Yeah, Arsenal are
they're
done.
screwed.
So we spoke for 20 minutes and you thought
I thought this whole time he's talking about the next one.
No, that's another one, bro. I'm sorry.
Hey, James, can I talk about it?
It's not. No,
Yeah,
yeah,
well,
Zombie.
well,
I've got. Actually, okay. So let me actually come to Adam first, then to Zombie. So Adam, thoughts on Arsenal? How far do you think Arsenal can come through this group, even though they lost to Camera Lens?
I still think that they're good to qualify for a round of 16 just because of the quality of the other teams in the group. I mean, even though Arsenal, realistically, they should be beating every team in their group, barring this game aside, I still think they can win the rest of the games or at least tie it to gain some points to at least qualify for the round of 16. I don't think they're going to Europa League personally, just because of the level of talent in that squad. It almost seems like unrealistic to assume that just because of this game, it's all downhill from here. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's
Yeah.
a
But
consistent
keep
issue
in
that
mind
a lot of people
though,
have.
they face Sevilla away in the next game. That's a tough one. Okay. I mean, how far do you think Arsenal can go then?
I think realistically, quarterfinals is their ceiling. I think quarterfinals is their ceiling because you could probably name like 6 teams that are better than them in this competition. And there's only 8 quarterfinalists, so so basically, like, to me, their level is quarterfinals this year max. And I still think that would be a good season for them to make quarterfinals first year back in the Champions League. That's not like a negative thing to say for Arsenal as a whole. I mean, it's still a young squad. This is their first season back. This is like Saka. This is his first season in the Champions League. He just scored his first Champions League goal like 2 weeks ago. So I don't think maybe they make a semifinals if they get a lucky draw. If there's a team that makes it far that they get drawn against that they should beat, I can see them making semifinals, but I still think that quarterfinals is realistically where they're finishing.
Okay. Zombie talks about the takes on debates, and we move on to to Caliban.
Got you. So me personally, I think the highest they could go would have to be the round of 16. If not, the least I would say is quarterfinals. The reason why is because here's the thing, they have good quality, but it's just certain games that they're just not good at. Like for an example, like what happened today. I felt like they were feeling themselves in this match. And for a team of, RC Lens, which they should have beat, you let Lens get the best of them. And I feel like that match should be, how would you say, like a warning to, like, don't let teams like Lens or Sevilla, who they're going to face next week, get the best of you. Because, and it's the problem, HH, big teams sometimes get taken advantage of by small teams. That's what I've, noticed over the past years. And today, Lens, they gave, Arsenal, how would you say, an example of like, don't take us lightly. And I felt like that's what they did today. Now, don't get me wrong, they played somewhat of an okay game, but Lens got the best of them today. Now, for Arsenal fans that's saying, Saka faked the injury or whatnot, I don't believe that one bit, because if he faked the injury, like what you said, HH, he shouldn't have played today. And for him to, do that, that's stupid, because why would you not play today?
Zombie, we're not addressing that. We already gave him 3 bricks. Like that's senseless. It makes no sense. So so no.
Gotcha.
Okay, so wait, hold on. So let me quickly put the Dubinsky's, man. So shout out to your boy. Okay, I think we already read this. So Wink, for information, Onana is a Dutch citizen. This ends on us. Black Fist. Okay, thank you, Wink. Thank you for that, bro. So shout out to Abris Fair. England World Cup was rigged. Footage shows goal score was given. Abris Fair. It was in 1966, bro. Of course, it was rigged. Like wait. It was in 1966 in England when Queen Elizabeth was young. So come on, of course, it was rigged, and it's fair. IFL Discovery shows how impressive City winning the treble was. Huh? How so? I don't understand.
I think he's talking about Arsenal.
I think it's about the EPL losing all their games. Like all the English sides are losing in the Champions League, so Man City won the treble.
Bro, do you know how far ahead City are compared to the other teams?
Yeah, bro. City are on a whole different level. No, we gave City their props, but what we said is that let's be real. The competition is not good. Like, but when you look at Bayern, Real Madrid, Barcelona, these guys are this is the worst Barcelona team that I've seen in a long time. Like, so these guys, they ain't good. Juve are catching cases left, right, and center. So the status of Europe right now, it's not the same. It's not the same. So credit to City, their quality there, they're doing their thing. But that's why it's so crazy, because City are an amazing team. They're a superb team. But at the same time, the competition is so weak. That's why, bro, these guys can really go back to back. Nathaniel, thank you, the dope. Is this the greatest brick performance of all time? It's close, but I think Yassia and Cole had some amazing games.
Yes, it's clear.
No, Yassia.
Why are you celebrating?
No. The thing is that Yassia has consistency. Cole has like that generational game. So you know what it is?
No.
Yassia, no. Yassia is Messi. Cole is R9.
No. Yasser is fundamentally like talented in all aspects, bro.
What?
Yo, what kind of
Did you just say fundamentally talented?
Okay, wait, hold on. Let's. I want to go to Kelly Bam. So now, shout out to your boys FC Copenhagen. I want to come to Elijah with this side now. So my thing here is this. The word in the streets is Tuchel may get sacked before the end of the season, which is wild. Now, I don't want a stream. I don't want an emergency hangout for Bayern going trophyless and Tottenham winning a trophy in the first season that Kane leaves. I don't want that stream because that stream would be wild. And I think that Harry Kane may start to slash his wrists. You know, like an emo.
That was crazy.
So,
that's a crazy thing to say.
What?
Slashing wrists is kind of
crazy. Oh no, okay. He'll throw himself out the window, rather. So my thing here is this.
That's even worse.
Okay, Elijah. Okay, look. Elijah. My thing here is Bayern Munich and Tuchel. Is Tuchel going to get sacked before the season ends? And if he gets sacked, is he really finished at this level?
And hire who?
Ten Hag.
Elijah, do I look like I speak German? Elijah, all I know is Guten Tag and Auf Wiedersehen in German, bro. So
there are other words.
Oh, jeez.
J2S.
I don't know. It's weird. Tuchel's weird.
Because look, bro. They drew their previous game, Leverkusen top of Bundesliga. They were losing this game and had to come up from behind against bloody FC Copenhagen. Bayern haven't looked, and we already know what happened to them in the Super Cup against Leipzig. They've not looked so great on the Tuchel. And let's keep it a stack. It just shows you how annoying and why I hate the size of Dortmund. Bayern should not have won the Bundesliga last season.
That is true. Absolutely true. Absolutely true. I think Dortmund did their country a disservice by not winning the league last season. For me, I don't think they're gonna sack him. They're gonna ride it out. They're gonna just see where it goes, and unless something drastic were to happen, then they'll take that decision. It's too risky right now at the moment. I just think when it gets to like the halfway point of the season, then you could be able to make very crucial evaluations like that. Bayern got the job done, and that's all you could do, honestly. Copenhagen looked well. Copenhagen did not like.
Why didn't Kane score? 100 mil to go goalless?
I mean, you asked me, HH. How long did it take Mudryk to get one yesterday?
That's a donation. It doesn't count.
Exactly.
It's a donation. It's a donation from the UN. It doesn't count. We'll continue.
It counted a lot yesterday.
Keep talking. Elijah, keep talking.
When you talking balls?
As I was saying, just give it time. Just give it time. It's early days. I think Bundesliga's played 6 games, 7 games. So they're not even played.
Okay, so are you saying if you were in charge of Bayern, stick with Tuchel all the way through, or do you see something where if things go to Ori, you'd sack him?
Of course, yeah, you do that, but don't do that now. Like these guys are still trying to gel and everything. Why would we want to just go and ruin? Can't say ruin, but sorry. I don't want to rinse, wash, and repeat again. Where it's just fire the manager, hire the manager, fire the manager, hire the manager. That's too much. That's too much to be dealing with. Give it to the halfway point of the season, then make your evaluations. I think overreacting off of one, in my opinion, underperforming type of win.
So before going to West, I think we all agree that City are clear favorites for the UCL. When Bayern got came, what is it?
Unless something crazy happens.
No, but no. Whatever happens, City are favorites. They are clear favorites. Now, I had Bayern second favorites because they got Kim and Kane. Are Bayern still second favorites for the UCL, in your opinion?
I think
so.
Bayern, yeah, I'll take it. I'll keep him second. I'll keep him at second. I'm okay with second. I was thinking.
Talk to me. Bayern, are they still second favorites for the UCL, all things considered, even with Tuchel tax?
Could you bring my AV, please?
Okay.
So Copenhagen was preparing for the West before the game even started. They were testing the scoreboard.
What?
See if it's working. They were testing the scoreboard, and they had Kane dropping a 3-piece before even 15 minutes gone.
All right.
So
hold on, no, this is wrong. No, I can file a copyright complaint. They're using jinx powers.
All right,
that's copyright. Hold up, that's copyright.
Bro, it's not copyright. It's called trademark.
That's copyright. Wait, hold on. I invented the Jinx pass. They're copying, bro. They copied my every move.
That's like
Drake. They copied my every move.
Word for word, bar for bar.
Word for word, bar for bar. They copy my moves. Streets. I can sue. Streets. I can sue.
You don't want, bro. You don't want that smoke, bro. You don't want like a millennial of Jinx powers coming at you right now.
Okay, yeah. I don't. Actually, I don't. No. What's good? Talk. No. It's okay. Are we too harsh on Tuchel? He's good. He's trying to do good. Or if you have players that's good and that's talented, and you have Musiala in your team, you have to. You can't promote terrorism for football if you've got Musiala and Sane in your team and Kane.
No, you can't. But the Bayern hierarchy should have known what they were going to get themselves into.
Exactly.
So you can't. What Tuchel is doing right now. Again, it's quite similar to actually the United situation, except there is absolutely no competition in the Bayern's Liga. So they can probably play terrorist football and still win that bum-ass league. But the thing is, he's in a similar position in the sense that Bayern at the moment, if they were to sack him, who are you supposed to bring in? Are you going to get on your knees and beg for Nagelsmann to come back? Are you going to get that?
There's something rude though, and here's the thing: I don't know whether this would be human rights abuse. What if they put a gun to your Pankis' head?
Okay, no.
Okay.
That's like I think that might be worse than Fergie coming back to United. So
senior citizen abuse.
We don't. Bayern, man. Let's make it.
We don't need to. No. Relax. We don't need to catch a body, man. Relax. So
78.
That's crazy.
Well, hold on, guys. Give me a break. How old is Stallone? The new Expendables film. Stallone in his 70s and doing stuff.
He has to be in his 70s.
78? Nah, bro. Come on. 78 is the new 60.
That's crazy.
Bro,
He's younger than you.
Bro,
That's
I
crazy.
know you're not comparing a guy who's done fitness for his whole life to Yapang.
That is true. Stallone is 77
with steroids. If your Pankis does a few months of steroids.
Bro,
I mean, Gretzky got that for him. He could
No. Okay. Let's just say this is what the field is. There's no one out there. Everybody is spoken for. Let's say things go really bad for Bayern Munich and Bayern have a chance of really winning the UCL. Would you advise Bayern to inject Heinkes with steroids to get him to manage them for the UCL?
I mean, managers don't get tested, right?
Bro, this isn't this isn't the Winter Soldier, man. This is not some crazy.
Okay. Speak on Tuchel. All right. Fine.
This guy's crazy. Tuchel. Unfortunately for Bayern, there's not a replacement out there. You can't, like I said, you're not going to beg for Nagelsmann to come back. You got to leave Uncle Heinkes alone. Let him retire in peace. And the other option you have is that crotch sniffer Joachim Low. So the other options there's no other option.
Hygiene tax.
Unless you get some random guy from the second division to come in and do something, it's not going to happen. So unfortunately for Bayern at the moment, they're just going to have to tough it out. And if that means you're having to, be content with watching terrorist football, unfortunately that's the case because you jumped the gun on Tuchel. Like you jumped the gun.
It was such a dumb idea to sack Nagelsmann.
Yeah,
it's such a dumb idea.
And you got gassed after a couple of games. And then here we are, full circle.
But actually, in a roundabout way, if let's say Germany don't make it through the group stage at their own Euros, should Bayern be blamed? Because think about it. So Bayern, based on what Hansi Flick did, that's how he got the job. Bayern now sacked Nagelsmann, makes him a free agent, and now he's not going to be the general manager for the Euros. So if they mess up at the Euros, should Bayern be partly responsible for the downfall of German football?
Honestly, I don't know where you're going with that, but hey, yes, I guess, yeah. Yeah, what, bro?
Yeah, Wisely, just say yes. I'm the GOAT. Just say yes.
Yeah,
Bro.
nah, you're not, bro. you're a generational brick. You're a generational brick.
Hey, what?
But so for Bayern, I don't know about Champions League. Unfortunately, because of the lack of competition there is, yes, you may have to just put them as second favorites. And listen, if anything that the Tuchel has shown, terrorism can get you a UCL. So if there is something that the guy has shown, terrorist football can get you the UCL, even if it involves vaccinations, face masks, and hand sanitizer. So
we still want it. So I mean, you can use COVID only once. We still want it. So like that's the thing. We still want it.
You went to the
Wisegate 2008, bro. Do you know how long ago that was?
I know, but
you touch a trophy,
yeah, I know.
Bro. Wisegate, the last time you won the UCL, we hadn't even seen the Avenger. Wait, hold up. The last time you won the UCL, had Iron Man come out?
It was the same.
It was the second Hulk movie that came out. It was the second.
So the last time United won the streets, the last time United won the UCL, Iron Man 1 hadn't even come out. That's crazy.
Chill out. No,
that's crazy. No, bro. Dark Knight hadn't even come out, bro. We were building up to the Dark Knight. That's crazy.
Wait, can anyone tell
the
me
last time you were UCL, we built up to the Dark Knight. Why is that's crazy?
Wait, can anyone tell me what big team was beaten in 2008? What team was beaten in 2008?
We can. By the way, it was in Chelsea's backyard in Moscow.
Yeah, it was in your backyard.
Bram was there.
Where you cheat? Okay.
Wait,
wasn't Pete in there?
We can all do that.
Can you? Okay. Wait. Hold on. Did you beat us with 11 men? Did you beat us? Was it 11v11?
Was Drogba?
Did you beat us with 11 men? You did beat us with 11 men. So it doesn't count. I will never recognize that UCL victory.
Did they drug test Drogba in 2012? Did they drug?
Are you done, bro? Are you done? AK, can you please speak on Bayern, please? AK, talk over him, man. AK, Bayern.
Why is he go straight?
I don't know. I think Tuchel he's a terrorist.
Yeah.
I think Afghanistan did the right thing not letting him in. I'll be honest. I think he was too terrorist for Afghanistan. That tells you a lot. I think he'll be sacked by the end of the season, and Bayern will crash out of the UCL quarterfinals to I don't know.
Wait, hold on. Streets, can you please put Steve in timeout, please? 2 minutes timeout.
All right.
Please. 2 minutes timeout. AK, continue. AK,
wow.
keep talking. AK is talking. AK has the microphone. AK.
No, you don't have to go there.
I think Bayern will get knocked out of the quarterfinals to Inter or something like that. Harry Kane will be a failure. He's not even finish as a top Bundesliga goal scorer. He'll finish the third highest goal scorer in the Bundesliga. He'll fail in the UCL, and his legacy will be a guy who his legacy will be nothing different to Romelu Lukaku. And for the first time in 12 years, Leverkusen will win the Bundesliga and Bayern will end up trophyless.
That's doing.
Oh, that would be HH. That would be one hell of a stream.
Oh no, bro. If that happens, Kane has to retire. Kane has to retire. He has to retire and start doing shampoo ads, bro. If that happens.
If he goes trophyless and Tottenham win a trophy.
Like his hair.
If he goes trophyless and Tottenham win a trophy, Kane has to retire. He has to retire from football. He has to.
But then you're gonna give the goo his credit, right? You're gonna give.
So wait, hold on. So shout out to Marvin M. Jude could be a modern day Kaka. No.
Oh God.
No. Kaka was a very unique player. That's goal that Kaka scored against United, or that's. I mean, look.
His way to pass as well, man.
Kaka. Look,
bro.
People call me a Kaka hater. I'm not.
You are a Kaka hater.
No, I just don't think he's good. People think he's. But Kaka, no, he was that dude. Jude, I don't think. Why compare them? Kaka was a different kind of a player. He can't. He's not going to be a modern day Kaka because Kaka was what he was, and he defined what he was. Jude is going to be what he is, which is very. What Jude does and the way that he plays is very different.
Bro, you don't know what Jude's. Bro, he's 20. Can we just let this guy live, bro?
Can we let the guy live, man? People say, "Oh, modern day Kaka, bro."
He's nothing like Kaká. He doesn't even have the same type of play
But
style.
no. But Zima, my whole point is that who knows? He's at 20. Messi at 19, 20 wasn't the same as when Messi was 27 or 20. We saw how Messi matured and he morphed.
Yeah. No. But HH, you even said it when you saw Messi, you were like, "That's the next great player."
No. Yes, I did, but I never thought Messi would mature and advance the kind of player he was in that 18-19 season. So the guy I saw as a 19-year-old, I didn't think he'd end up like that guy I saw in the 18-19 season.
You didn't think he would end up being your GOAT? Is that what you're telling me?
Detroit Rock City. Tuchel has until December to save his job. # no to haram ball. And Detroit Rock City is a Bayern fan. Guys, are we being real?
Wait, isn't Tuchel's whole career just based around December time? Like,
oh my God, he's a Christmas merchant.
Bro, he gets sacked in December.
Basically, call him Tuchel Claus, man. Tuchel Claus.
Wait,
Tommy Sansa.
Man, Thomas Claus.
Hold on.
Thomas Claus.
Thomas Claus is crazy, man. How you gonna have beef with Santa Claus, man? That's crazy, bro. Always sending you that note, bro.
Thomas Claus. Hold on. Was he sacked in December by Chelsea?
No,
Bro, I don't know. I can't remember. But he seems to get sacked and hired mostly in December.
Listen, who cares? Let's just run with the narrative. Thomas Claus.
Thomas Claus, man.
Yo, I dare him to get sacked in December.
Ronald Opara. Bayern could get Alonso. No, Real Madrid. It's already done.
Yeah,
it's already done. End of the season. It's already done. So, and also, I think the fact that Real Madrid have already opened that door, Alonso will see at the thing at Leverkusen and he'll go to Real.
I mean, you could still get an Alonso in the fullback if you want it, man. We'll make it happen for you, man. Because I don't think.
So Ramesh Suresh, HH, how was Queen Elizabeth being young rated to the World Cup being rigged for England? What are you trying to imply here?
You actually take LL seriously, man? Come on.
Wow.
I'm saying that her being young means that she was very active.
Did you watch that?
Let her rest in peace, HH. Let her rest in peace.
No. Shout out to Liz. All I'm saying is that she was young.
Used to chop.
Wait, you're on a first name basis.
All I'm saying is connect the dots. All I'm saying is connect the freaking dots.
Why are you saying Liz as if he had like an entanglement with her?
No, he had a relationship.
I ain't Jada, bro. Relax. Okay.
You injured it. That's crazy.
Now wait, hold on. Okay, so guys, I need to ask you. So let me ask because we have to talk on this though. So, did everybody hear the VAR audio?
Yes.
I heard that. That was messed up.
People did nothing wrong, man.
Wow.
10 seconds off.
Okay. Let me ask a question. Let me just ask a question. This is opening the question. Why is it so hard to say, I don't care whether you restarted play, it's onside, it's a goal, hold play, stop play? Why did the guy say, I'm sorry, players already we restarted?
It's protocol, man. It's protocol. They have
It's the protocol.
no choice.
Hey, one word, corruption.
No, basically, because this is what I said about my video. If Tottenham had scored right afterwards, you're screwed. Then you're screwed. The fact that Tottenham didn't do anything significant, let's say you do that. Now Simon Hooper has a decision to make. So if he just says, Simon, I know you've restarted play, but sorry, miscommunication, that was actually a goal. Now Simon Hooper now has a decision to make. And I think for Simon Hooper, he'd be like, yeah, I've got to. If I'm being told that, no, sorry, it's really onside, and you've not seen that there's been no significant play. If I'm Simon Hooper, I'm like, guys, sorry, miscommunication, hold play, blah, blah, was a goal. You can complain. I'll not explain to you that, yo, guys, it was a goal. So my thing here is, why didn't you just tell him that? See, why relay that information to the referee that, yo, we effed up, it's actually onside. The fact that the information wasn't even given to him is crazy. Because here's the thing. If the info was given to Simon Hooper and he did nothing, now we have a different discussion. He's still not to blame, but then it's like, bro, you were told that it was a bloody G. You were told that it was a G. So you still have the power to be like, stop playing, let go. Protocol? The heck?
Bro, my thing is like this is like for it's too many head chefs in one kitchen. Like you need to have one guy who dictates all the talking in that place. Like that audio is all over the place. You don't know who's talking about what. There's random people say yes or it's cleared done. Like you don't know what the hell is going on. And the fact that from the point when the on-field decision was made up until the point where they realized they messed up, not one word was relayed to the on-field referee, the main guy on the pitch. It was actually I think the furthest person they reached on the pitch was the fourth referee, the fourth official. So nothing was actually relayed to what's it called? Your boy Simon Cooper. Like
Simon Cooper.
Bro, the also the whole thing about the game has already restarted.
So
again, if Tottenham scored straight after, then
you messed up, yeah.
No,
then you have a problem.
I don't think you could blame the refs for the game starting again and them saying that we have to continue on. At that point, you have to look at the FA themselves, because at that point, if that's a policy, that's a standard policy by which everyone's being trained to look at games in that way, regardless of what happens. If you already called it, you have to stick by it and move on. Then that's more of referee training problem.
But Zeman, at the very least, tell the referee that. Now the referee has a decision to make.
No,
they never even gave that info to some people to say, "Yo, guys."
Doesn't that defeat the whole point of what we're trying to do here?
Yeah.
Because if the rule book if someone in the rule book says, and I wouldn't put it past them to be honest, but if in the rule books it says somewhere that, okay, you make a mistake in whatever the context may be, and you miraculously give away the wrong decision, because the game has restarted. Now you can't go back and correct that. Doesn't that defeat the whole point of what we're trying to do here?
It's madness.
But for them, it's a matter of correcting it while you're looking at it. Once you've made your decision in terms of looking over it, whether it's offside or not, and you've made the initial initial decision, you can't go back to it. That's
but Zeman. You have to understand that it's miscommunication.
Yeah, it is.
For some strange reason, they said check complete, assuming that they're giving code. So, but it was miscommunication. So my thing though is that no, you had it wrong. We said this rather than that. So forget about check complete. Your check complete is wrong. This is the proper check complete. Hence why I said that if Tottenham had scored, then you're in a messed up situation. But the fact that Tottenham did not score, who cares about check complete? Because here's my thing. Let's say that it happened and it went back. Would they be sacked? Would they be fined? Oh my gosh, you went against protocol, nothing was surprising. No. Because at the end of the day, what matters is you got to the correct and the right decision. That matters more than protocol. Because the whole point of this VAR and everything is to make the right calls. Like a goal, let's see, what was so crazy about the audio was that, bro, it was a goal. It was onside, but you're like, game has restarted. Sorry, we can't. I'm like, what?
Bro, you didn't. No,
the replay official's the first.
Wait, hold on. Elijah.
I said the replay official's the first person who caught it. He's like, wait a minute, guys, this is a goal. What do you guys do? Like, he's literally calling them out, and then what's his face? Darren England's like, oh fuck. Like, he's literally flipped, like cussing out because he realized that he made a mistake. Like, if you realize you made a mistake, why couldn't you just go back and do something about it?
No. My thing is, you didn't even need the line to be drawn. You could clearly say that he was onside. You just had to look at the far distant defender. He's clearly onside. But it's just like the initial. To me, it doesn't make sense, man. It doesn't make sense.
Also disproves this is when you remember when Brighton conceded the penalty against United, and they blew the full-time whistle. They still came back to it. If they're going to stick to what's saying, we have to carry on playing, you can't give the penalty because it's
Bro,
full
they
time.
do that all the time.
Play is finished.
Penalties,
for me,
game can be
I've
restarted.
totally forgot that. See, that's where that's how people can now say, "Oh, okay, what's going on here, bro?" That's even worse. The game had finished. Bro, if the referee blows for full time, that's even much more of the game is done. So at that point, you can't actually call it back. Once the referee blows for full time whistle, the game is done.
Bro, and
the game is done.
Straight after the wrong call. Again, if they scored, there would have been a problem. But the play that followed after their call was a throw in. So the ball wasn't even in play. Like ball was out of play. So you could have literally called it back. Like it would have. And bro, that would have been a much. If you're talking about PR for bringing in the whole virtual and tech into the game, that would have been the perfect PR thing to do. Like you made a shit decision. Okay, fine, cool, but then you brought it back to. It was a legitimate goal. It wasn't like somebody fouled him beforehand. Like
no, it was a clear goal.
It was a clear-cut goal. Like if you had brought it back, that would have been a good advertisement for this whole thing. But and then you try to cover it up, like with the whole guy. I don't know about the whole story about the guy going to the toilet. Like
no, that's what I was saying. No. But my thing is that no. When you listen to the audio, you could just see that it was just a whole complete mess. But here's my thing. That's why I said, and also it's a Champions League. What do they use in Champions League? Semi-automated. So we shouldn't be looking at lines that are drawn by a 4-year-old kindergarten kid. These green and red lines. Semi-automated is boom. Instant, you can now see. Technology. This was offered to Howard Webb. And Howard Webb said no. They offered it to Howard Webb, who's the head of the referees, and he said, nah, we can do it better. I'm like, you bozo. Why would you reject semi-automated offside that the Champions League is using? Unless you think that you're better than the Champions League now. But we're seeing how it's used in the UCL, and it's way better than this crap that you're doing, drawing with lines. And also, in the whole semi-automated thing, we don't have this madness of like guys saying, "Oh, this checking clear red line." The heck?
No, it's just the way they bring the lines. Oh my god, bro, it's hilarious. It's like they're bringing lines from Canva and word art, and then they put it together. I'm like, yo, this is how y'all draw the lines. I thought it was something where like it's already, you just press a button and you look at it, but these dudes have to like draw it out and like put it together. Like it's ridiculous.
And that's the crazy thing.
Zombie, then Adam. Zombie.
Can I speak after Adam?
Yeah.
And that's the crazy thing, because with the regular VAR, they have to do so much, but then HS, like what you said with the semi-automatic thing, they really don't have to do anything. Like it's already there for them. Like I feel like now the VAR is kind of a joke, because half the time when something goes wrong when they use the VAR, half the time it be right, and then when it's right, they somewhat change it. And that's what, causes a lot of, problems for certain games. Because HS, not to get off topic, but it was last year with the Barcelona game, like I said, not to get off topic, where in the El Clasico they had used the VAR because they when what's the name scored that goal and made it 2-1, and they used the VAR. So clearly it took him like a little bit of a time to see, if he was online and off the line. And clearly he was offside. So, and now apparently La Liga, they're quote unquote saying that they're going to use less of the VAR, which I think is a joke. So.
No, it's bad. So Adam, talks about that, AK Adam.
All right. So I guess like I can bring this whole event down to 4 points. One of them has just been the complete inconsistency since the start of the season of Premier League officials overall. Like, I think this event is not, like unique where it's like, oh, this is the only game they messed up on. Like almost every game in the Premier League, there's been an example of a referee like messing up a massive decision, that changes the events of the game. And the second thing is, I think people are misunderstanding the purpose of VAR. VAR is not like another set of referees alongside the main referee. VAR only exists to assist the main referee. The main referee is still the one making the decisions. So everything that happened, which is crazy to say, that, everything that happened, like not a rule has been broken. Like let's say that the VAR officials completely say, oh, check complete, it's it's onside, the main referee can still say it's offside because he makes the final decision. That's crazy to me. That this is even a rule. And I think my third point is that they should start like in the American system where in some sports where you can challenge a call by a referee, like in American
that's what I said.
football,
Like give everyone like 2 or 3 challenges.
I think the Premier League or even like the referee association as a whole, they should add that system because
you see, for me, at first I was like, cool, but you know what? The beauty about football and what makes football different is we want to keep the flow going. I want to, and we don't want it to be a stop-start as like other sports. Because again, I'm an NBA fan. That's my second favorite sport. But I think that is its own thing. I think what makes football unique is it's ever going. And if you're not bringing calls, it's stop-start. So we want to restrict as many stop-starts to the game as possible and just keep it flowing constantly as much as possible. Okay, let me bring in AK and then we'll round off. AK.
This is an example. I mean, I thought I was outraged with the decision, if you remember, on Saturday. And you know what I called it? This is just incredible incompetence from every single person involved, except for the replay operator, who actually said that the decision was onside. I'm like, firstly, how have you just glossed over the fact that Luis Diaz is onside? Did you hear any mention of Luis Diaz onside when they were actually doing the review? No, it was just like, yes, the referee's call is correct, good stuff, good call. The referee's call is correct. You can go on. Nothing to say, oh, Luis Diaz was onside. The referee, you can change your decision, you can review your decision, and you can exactly. Like, at least tell him that we don't think Luis Diaz is offside. We think Luis Diaz is onside, and then the referee can go to this big screen and make his own decision. Number 2, when you know that...
Okay, continue.
Nah, bro.
Okay, continue.
Yeah, sorry if I coughed.
Yeah.
The second thing is when the replay operator says, okay, it's onside, there's a throw-in. So there's a break in play. Now the referee, now inform the referee to go to the big screen and take a look. You don't do either of those things. You first make the silly mistake. It's an absolutely silly mistake that you make. And secondly, this is for me the even worse thing. You don't try to rectify it. You just gloss over it. Darren England needs to be fired. He cannot ref another game in the Premier League again, and he should be blacklisted from the UEFA Refereeing Corporation or whatever. He cannot referee another UEFA game again. And whoever this referee is, Simon Hooper, he should not be allowed to referee a Premier League game again. There has to be major consequences to this point. Because what is this? And on the semi-automated thing, it's like, I mean, I didn't know that the referees actually had to draw the lines. I thought the lines were just automatic based on where like the players stood and everything.
Facts.
You're putting human error into something that was meant to reduce human error. You absolute fucking bricks. You absolute fucking idiots. You clowns. How are you telling the referees to draw a line when the whole point of VAR is to reduce fucking human error? You absolute
Kids are
clowns.
watching. I don't Shout to the kids.
Shit.
No, he's cooking, but I think the meal is a bit X-rated. But here's my thing. But all I ask though is that
how can a meal be X-rated?
But my thing though is. No. Why don't you? It's so simple. Like it's offside. Offside is binary. That's something that is mathematical. Why would you bring human beings to start drawing lines? Make it semi-automated. So, see, people say, robots should not replace referees. No. Robots can't referee a game because there are certain nuances within a football game.
Humans are incompetent.
I think we're.
Seriously, why not?
Abdallah, so, do you know that when stuff that's happening within a game, that you need human intuition to decipher, okay, that's a foul, not really a foul. A robot is a binary thing. So a robot is mathematical. something like football that has so many nuances and so many different intricacies, it's into mathematical. It's not
Bro,
binary.
could you imagine AI determining what a foul is?
I mean, like, how?
Guys, it's not
because all an AI has is just what
really
you
not
input
out of-
it. So it has no intuition. So my thing though is that you bring in AI and robots for goal line technology and offside, which is a binary. But for refereeing an actual game, you have to have a human being. So there is no reason why in 2023 you don't have technology that just focuses on calling offside. It's madness.
I mean, onside and offside it's a black or white decision.
It's very simple.
Yeah,
It really
so
is.
why are you bringing in
There's no gray area. There's no gray area.
The referee might think, oh, this part of it is onside, but this part of it is offside.
And I remember, and also that's why we had instances like where I remember it was the Elijah. Remember the Carling Cup when Lukaku scored. I was like,
yes,
wait, why? Yeah, why have you drawn the line there?
Remember
so you have the points where like, wait a minute, I don't think you've drawn the line in the right position.
If we really look at that cup final, like if you do the math, we had if I remember clearly, I think there was about 3 to 5 goals that were removed. That game could have easily finished 5-5 if it really wanted to. But the ref, every time something happened, up, offside, up, it's this, up, it's that. Like that we understand, but and they've been stood down, by the way. They've been removed. Those refs have been stood down for the week.
They shouldn't be paid. They shouldn't be paid.
Okay, wait, hold on. Let's just round this off. So I want to come back to this because I know that Zeman, you didn't talk on United, and Abdullah, you didn't talk on Jude. So Abdullah,
wow,
you wanted to talk on your boy Jude. Abdullah, Jude. Zeman, United, talk to me.
Listen, man, is it too late for Ten Hag to? Is it too early for Ten Hag to lose his job?
Yes, because my thing is okay. You sack him for who?
No, that's my thing though. I don't think it's only Ten Hag. Yeah, Ten Hag chose the squad. Like, let's not try to act like this guy had no hand in terms of the players that came into it. And the squad.
But then, where's the director of football? Should he be the guy? Remember, Van der Sar and Overmars were the guys doing the recruitment and the talent ID. He doesn't have his own Mark Overmars and Van der Sar.
And here's the thing: as much as people are saying like Amrabat, when he comes to the midfield, this is going to totally change. But I'm like, Mount has to fit somewhere in this equation because he bought him. He's going to make him a starter. And you also have Bruno, who's already there. For me, it's just like there's people seem to have this idea of certain players, and they're not as good as they imagine them to be. Because I look at players like Amrabat. I'm sorry, Amrabat is a squad player for an elite club. That's what he is. That's his talent level.
But you can't judge Amrabat for this last few games.
No. That's not.
He's been playing left back.
No, that's not even it. I don't blame him for playing left back. I understand that they're going through an injury crisis, and that's the reason why he's playing there. But at the same time, like you had Ten Hag talking about him playing as a fullback, which we don't know. We don't know the caveats behind him if he's going to stay there, if he's going to be stationary there. But even if he moves to the middle of the park,
relax.
If he moves to the middle of the park, I still don't think he's as good as people think he is in terms of being that elite class ball playing midfielder, which is something you guys miss. Not to mention Casemiro, man. Casemiro is just like this guy. This guy's a nuisance at this point for Man United's progression. But you have so much fundamental problems in like your build-up play. Onana, listen, Onana is really good on his feet, but the fact that this guy has the least accuracy when it comes to actually, distributing long range says a lot about the talent squad. Like, you can't bypass the middle every single time because you don't have a midfield that can actually distribute.
But see, my thing is that the losses it's on Onana. Onana messed up.
Yeah, but that's his player. The problem with Onana is he doesn't fit this team and what they have. Now, aside from him, having brick moments and being a brick so far, it's the fact that he doesn't he doesn't have players that can utilize, because he's used to having midfielders that can actually control a ball from a deeper position, having players that can actually distribute as good as him, having not being reliant on your center backs to be your primary outlets on a consistent basis. If not that, going long range and hoping that one of your forwards actually is actually able to control the ball and do something with it. And that's the problem. And I look at this like some things have to be said. Bruno, he's a squad player. He's not good enough. Like, let's just call it what it is. Bruno and the likes of Rashford. Rashford is a low IQ merchant. I know there's a lot of wingers that are low IQ. That's the stigma behind wingers of the modern game. But he's not someone you can rely on the build-up. Even though he gave him that pass, like, I still think this guy is just like, he doesn't have the footballing capacity to link up with someone like
let's bro. Apart from that pass, that's all Rashford did in the whole game. It's all Rashford did in the whole game was give that pass. So
yeah. Who needs no? And here's the thing: Højlund needs service, and Rashford is the type of dude to try to dribble past 10 different players and trying to take a shot off instead of passing it to the person near him. So I think this squad is just like, there's so many problems with this, and I think the sad part is Ten Hag's going to get fired. Like, he is. It's not a whether or not, like, or who's going to be his replacement. That's not how this club works. They're going to fire him. But the next manager is going to run into the same problem.
Who? Okay, but okay, you sack him. Who the hell do you bring in? Because did you know what the issue is about sacking him? The next manager that comes in, you now have to deal with the players that Ten Hag has already bought. And if you bring in a manager, it's probably a guy with a different philosophy from Ten Hag. And how will that now counteract the players that are there? Unless you're going to bring a quick fix it kind of a manager.
As much as we say did anybody expected Ollie to be the manager?
Zeman, stop it. Zeman, don't tell me they're going to bring a guy from the road.
No. I'm telling you.
Are you saying Van Nistelrooy?
That's no.
Relax, chill out.
I'm saying
Gary Pallister, Steve Irwin.
Oh yeah, whoa.
We know.
Brucey.
We know this
Cantona.
club is reactionary.
Wayne Rooney.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy name. But
Cantona.
But we know this club is reactionary. We know that these guys don't think. They don't think thoroughly about, well, if we fire him, who are we going to bring in? What type of style do they bring in? Every single manager that walks into this job has to do something with the squad and win something. That's the problem. They still have this idea that it's 2013. You know, it's like they're still one of the best teams in Europe and one of the best teams in England, and they're not willing to face that. And they have Rashford on 300K. No manager is going to walk in and be like, Rashford, I'm holding you bench. No manager is going to walk in and be like, Bruno, I'm holding you bench.
Zeman, I'm telling you right now, Ten Hag is not getting sacked this season because I think you know what United have realized. We've been through so many managers. We've been through hell and back, and we've been through so much. We have to write this out. And if I was advising United, you have to whatever happens, you have to just write this out. Because my thing is, it is unless you bring in a manager who can get results, because you can't bring. And the issue is, many managers now are project managers. They're philosophy managers. There are very few managers right now who are quick fix-it gid managers. Everybody has their philosophy and way of doing things. So someone said, "Oh, bring in Xabi Alonso." What's Xabi Alonso going to do with these players?
Yeah, no.
You know, so that makes no sense. So my thing is, these are specific players that have brought in for a specific philosophy. So sacking Ten Hag for another philosophy would be stupid. So
but
you have to just write this at what?
No, but for how long? Do you think that the fans have patience enough to ride it along? I think he's going to get fired if he continues.
Well, now here's the thing, though. If this ownership thing comes through, and like the Sheik or your boy Cliffy comes through to buy the club, then they'll come in and then just like with Bolly did, okay, we now want a guy, Ten Hag a guy, and now I'm like, fine, bring in a whole new guy. That brings in a whole new problem, and now you now reset again. I just think that, look, you see, this season could be nasty for United, bro. It could be nasty because these are now 2 L's, both at home against teams that you should pretty much be walking over. So now you're not dealing with low confidence. and you're dealing with the drama with Sancho, you're dealing with the drama with for Anthony, drama with so it's just so much of a bloody mess. But it's like, I mean, okay. This is what I said initially. When United got Ten Hag, and this is what I said for Ten Hag, weren't you supposed to bring in a certain philosophy? And over the past few years, have you been playing that philosophy that you were supposed to bring in?
No, that's where he made the mistake. He became results merchant for that season, where he
That's
should have just
the
been
issue,
developing
yeah.
himself. So he kind of caused his
But
own
hold on, but
problem.
Zeman, he was results merchant and brought a trophy and third, which was much better than the last few years.
Yeah, but is it sustainable?
This is
That was the
sustainable. It's not
problem.
sustainable, though.
So the next season, it's going to be, well, you're going to have to kick on from here. And there's no way you could kick on if you're results merchant. You still have these players.
Okay, so hold on. So Hokage, so talk to me on Jude, man. Jude Bellingham. What is this guy sitting, man? I mean, this guy he's been outstanding for Real. But he's been pretty outstanding this season.
I think Germany did the whole world a favor getting Musiala, because imagine if England had him and Musiala for the future, Saka, Foden. You guys, England would have won a World Cup. Now
They're going to win a World Cup.
On the Southgate, under the gates, under the gates.
I'm telling you, well, by the time they would have been in their peak, Southgate is not going to be manager anymore.
Are you
I mean,
sure?
Southgate probably has one more World Cup in him, and if you don't win, then you're a complete failure. But yeah, Jude, I mean, he's the next, like, the past generation was Modric, Kroos, Iniesta. I mean, this is the next generation of midfielders. I mean, him, Camavinga, Pedri, Gavi, blah, 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 blah. Like, those guys, that's the next generation. And yeah, I mean, he's going to, I don't see him leaving Real Madrid. Like, it's a step down everywhere else. Man City, after Pep leaves, it's not going to be the same. So he's just going to be the next Real Madrid legend, in my opinion. So, and yeah, sure, he won't play like this the whole season. He won't play. He will have a rough patch, but he's 20. So who gives a shit? He shouldn't be doing this in the first place. He shouldn't have six man of the match awards in the 9 games he's played. You guys,
That's crazy.
This shouldn't be happening in the first place. So if he does get a rough patch, sure, the haters will come out, but at the end of the day, in 15 years' time, the haters will still be hating because he'll keep proving them wrong, most likely. So, and then one thing on
Guys,
United.
Go for it.
We're unanimous that they're getting grouped, right? Like,
no, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Like,
Okay, you know what?
Because second place only has 4 points, bro. And plus,
it depends what happens against coping mechanism. If they lose or draw against coping mechanism, then yeah, they could get through. So that third game is key. But 2-1 is looking crazy right now.
All I want to say.
Wait, HH.
Wait. Hold on. Let Hokage finish point. Hokage.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, United. I mean, I have a theory on what will end United's troubles, but it's very disturbing. So, like,
okay, actually, I probably don't want to know.
No, go ahead.
Wait. You guys are sick. You all know Hokage Jojo said that it's disturbing. Why do you want to hear it?
Tell us.
Real quick.
Okay, Hokage, cook. Let Hokage cook.
Cook, man.
So, let's talk about Maradona. He died.
Oh, no. We're not doing this.
Can we put Sir Alex to rest?
Wow. Nah.
The baby face.
End
the stream.
Guys, thank you for watching this UCL handballs reaction stream and everything. Half of Football Hawks do not endorse the words that are said here. Guys, we shall see you on the next one. So, guys, remember, we're going to be here tomorrow for Newcastle against Mbappe FC and Barca against FC Porto. Oh, and your boys against the Leipzig boys. Peace out, stay true. One love.